command and give us a call sign. For beat it. For let's play a game and give us a call sign and give us a call sign. Or beat it. Let's play a game and give us a call sign and give us a call sign. Or beat it. Let's play a game and give us a call sign and give us a call sign. Or beat it. Let's play a game.
What is up, everybody? How's it going? I'm all right. Mike's being a little funny, and I'm changing my lighting around a little bit. So, hey, I hope you had fun on the last live stream. I am also playing around. YouTube just floated some dual stream capability to me for vertically cropped live streams, but it doesn't let me change the crop. So it's kind of like, what are we doing out here? I'm not on a phone, so it's like we already had the solution for the phone. You got to give me the ability to slide the thing over a little bit. But hey, didn't have that capability. There was something I forgot to mention in the live stream, and it was kind of the idea of this live stream is we open up all the gifts, and a lot of us are fathers. I appreciate ham radio. There's a lot of dudes out there. We inevitably don't get what we want under the tree. I think come on, we know that. Come on, we know that's what happens. But we go out and we're like, okay, well, that's all done. I'm gonna wait a couple of weeks. I'm gonna wait till the noise dies down a little bit, and then maybe I'll buy something for myself, something I really wanted. But there's something that came across my mind that I didn't think about at the time. There are things that happen. There are gifts that people buy before Christmas for dudes, and it's advent calendars. So you may have heard of these. I don't know if you do or not, but Vera makes a very popular advent calendar every year. They've been doing it for a very long time. Well, I was curious, do they sell out of all of those every year? And the answer is no, they don't, and they go on discount after the end of the season. So you can go to websites that have, going back a decade almost, Vera calendars, and you can get them at discounted prices. So this year's Vera, calendar is $10 off. Last year's looks like it's $15 off. There's some of them that are like $20 off. And I bet if you looked hard for them, you could find some of these advent calendars at deeper discounts. And that's kind of cool. So if you wanted to get some of those tools, like last year's Vera calendar, I think was better than this year. It was come on, show me what I want to see. There you go. It was this cool little pocket-ish sized kit that included sockets, a driver, a couple of different handles. It was pretty cool. And I don't know that I would pay $100 for it, but would I pay, it's sold out here, but let me go back. Hold on. There's definitely pages you can still buy them. Hold on. Let me find one. Oh, this one is in stock. 4 in stock. Okay, not back ordered. I found them cheaper than this, though. This was just me pulling up like one website. But yeah, you can find these cheaper, which is kind of funny. So if you want to dive around a little bit, if there's some advent calendar thing that you were like into and they didn't sell out because it's 2025, they obviously can't really sell it for 2026 or whatever, then you could get a discount. So there you go. That was one of my pro tips. So all right, what do we got? But see, this is Raven. You don't buy it for an actual advent calendar. You buy it after at a discount, and then you open them all up. You just rip the whole box open and dump them all out. Dude, I know, right? With those horrible little chocolates. And my mom was so diehard about it. She would be like, okay, open the door. What's the next candy? And it's like 7 a.m. and you're like, okay, Mom, thank you. I'll eat this now. I'll have this candy before I go brush my teeth. Anyway, that's not why you're here. You're here to talk about ham radio. Welcome to the after chat. That's where we answer your questions live. That's our whole purpose. At least we got other things we want to do. We want to hang out and talk shop and be cool and all that stuff with our buddies here on the Discord. But we always give you, the newcomers, priority. So if you are here new for the first time, Discord is a cinch. Let me see if I can actually pull this up and get you some Discord action. Go over here. And, of course, it doesn't work. Never works on the first try. Let's see if that works. There we go. So if you join the Discord, on the left-hand side is the server space with all the different chat rooms. So HFNet, Dits and DAWs for CW, Swap Chat. Well, what's going on in Swap Chat? Let's check out that real fast. Ooh, people are talking about buying some radios out here. Anyway, if you scroll down, though, scroll down to live-stream, and you click on that. That's the chat room for our talking right here. Hey, look, there's a picture of Mike. The greatest thing about failure is that we get to learn more. Wise words, wise words. But yeah, here's the chat room. Now, two below that, you can see the little audio symbol there, live-stream/after chat. If I click on that, I join the chat, which is currently in progress. So I'll do that right now.
On the same part of the mountain. So I don't know if they were recent falls or what, but they anyway, I found them down in that same area.
It sounds like it's working. It sounds like it's K6ARK, and it sounds like he's talking about maybe some search and rescue stuff he was up to.
Yeah, not that I was up to, but the question came up about the Mount Baldi accident. There was a hiker that fell and died up there.
Oh no!
A few days ago, and while they were searching for him, they found a couple other people, and I don't have any insider info on what the story was with the other folks they found.
Oh no! As in, found them posthumously.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
so
okay.
So yeah, the mountain's closed up there, and if just public service announcement for anyone that wants to go out in the snow and ice and play, make sure you're well prepared and have the right equipment and experience to be on icy mountain slopes.
Yeah, for sure. How are you doing, Adam? I haven't touched you in a little while.
I'm doing well. I spent I think 6 days or so out in the desert doing some rock hounding and a little bit of rock climbing, hanging out with my family over the holidays, and it was a nice little break out there.
Excellent. Did you get yourself or find yourself a radio under the Christmas tree this year, or did you buy yourself anything special?
No new radios. Didn't really get myself anything special. Doing a little bit of work on the house, and I think one of the Christmas gifts for myself and Johnny is going to be a new refrigerator. So
Ooh, we're adult and hard out there. It sounds like.
That's right.
Well, I'm glad you joined us. Thanks for coming along. Let's see. Pandas 3 Monkeys Racing says, finally made it to the chat. Your videos have helped me so much in the past weeks getting started and training for my tech license. Got it Tuesday morning. Thank you, sir. Well, congratulations. And that's a lawnmower that dude's on. They're lawnmower racers. That's cool. Okay, right on. I like that. All right. So the after chat's all about, at least in the beginning here, we'd love to talk to the people who are here for the first time. We'd love to hear what's going on with them if they have any questions. So anybody who's here for the first time, love it if you just came forward and said, hi, how you doing? And if you got a question, well, you got the priority space here. So who wants to be the first person to break the ice? Who's here for the first time that would like to say hi or ask a question? Come forward now, please. Who wants to be the one?
This is my first time on the stream, but I don't have any questions for you.
Well, hey, Tom. Thank you. You broke the ice. You were the first person. So no questions from Tom, but thank you for joining us out here. Appreciate it. And that offer stands. If you come up with a question later, feel free to just dive in there and feel free to add it. So anybody else here for the first time and like to say hi or ask a question, go ahead. Well, I turned streamer mode off because it keeps defaulting to on for me. And there we go. We got it. Nobody? All right, well, that's fine. We'll talk about other things. So what, let's see. Oh, joining from Quebec. We got somebody from in the house. So anybody on the YouTube side or the Facebook side or I guess the Twitch side, if you got a question, just feel free to drop it in the chat if you aren't on The Voice. So anybody with open questions or comments or maybe want to talk about something they did in ham radio this week? Anyone? Wow. Let me down.
I'll talk, but it's not ham radio related.
What's going on, Mark?
How you doing, Josh? All right.
I am well.
I have no idea if there will ever be a use for this for anybody.
Okay.
but I figured out how to do a headless OBS to YouTube stream. So you could have a React web page showing whatever you want and have it show up on YouTube.
What are you doing with that, out of curiosity?
That's a great question, Josh. I'm glad you asked. Marketing, Doc Echo. So what we thought would be fun was if we captured, say, like all of the radio traffic out of LAX and did like a flight tracker radar and then did live transcription under it of the pilots talking. Or, you know, you can't really do much police anymore because it's all encrypted, but you could do that for fire or something and just have a stream going for the people who like to watch and listen to those things.
And so this is, you just play the audio, like a text in the background? Is there like, what's going on the screen, if you will?
So for like airport, you would have, you know, like a fake radar overlay. TechMinds used a cool video this week, I think it was, where they have, it's kind of like a dark mode and you've got the planes flying over and it shows you the tail numbers. Well, then you could look at the traffic for each tail number, or basically just giving some people something to watch and have it stream continuously in the background.
Yeah, so you just have that kind of ADS-B radar over on the actual visual side for the viewers, but then they hear the audio of the frequency that they're on?
That's kind of the idea. And now here's the good news. I got it working like 20 minutes before your stream started, your 5 o'clock stream.
Okay.
And it turns on. So as soon as the computer's on, as soon as it boots up, the stream goes, which is fantastic. The bad news is, and I'm going to have to troubleshoot this one quickly, it shuts off 30 seconds later. Not the stream, but the whole computer. It just...
Okay. What kind of computer are you running it with?
Troubleshooting's exciting. I just have it on a Nook. I had one sitting around. So
okay.
It's not much of a computer. I could throw some more horsepower at it for sure.
I wonder why it shuts down. Is it because of like the power settings on the computer? It's set to go to sleep after 30 minutes?
No. This is like 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
My suspicion is I'm just overtaxing this poor little thing. You know, I've got React web page going. I've got the OBS stream, so it's holding all this in memory. I probably just need to upgrade hardware, would be my guess.
Probably. I mean, that's my initial guess, but you're not. Is it 1080p? Your live stream?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 1080p. And it doesn't need to be. It could be short. It could be smaller. But anyways, getting away from Boondock, like how could this be useful for hams? I don't know yet. But if some of you guys have web pages of your radios and whatever, and you just want to let them play and while you sleep and maybe get some views, maybe that'd be useful for you.
It feels like something. Well, I don't know. Don, go ahead. You have thoughts. It sounds like.
No, I didn't. I was testing my thing in the escape thing, and it was coming through on the stream. So I'm sorry. Oh. No, I do have some thoughts actually, because a computer doesn't usually shut down from running too much at a time.
Right.
It shuts down from overheating, or
it'd be overheating,
or some kind of power supply issue or something like that. Because it doesn't seem like, I mean, I've had plenty of computers do that, and there's various reasons, but it's generally hardware related. It's not software related at all.
Oh, totally agree. But I haven't even begun to troubleshoot it yet, but it's very consistently doing it. So overheating would make sense, but you know, it's just a very narrow window from when I'm able to log in to when it dies.
Well, my guess is
when I pivot back.
My guess is if you shut that stream off or keep it from doing that, it'll still do the shutdown in 30 seconds.
Really? Because I was using that computer for like an hours and hours yesterday with no issue. What do you think might have happened?
I don't know, but it doesn't make sense that software would shut it down like that, unless there's something in the application you're running itself that's telling it to shut down.
No.
Yeah. See, then otherwise, yeah. What else could it be?
Right.
Other than hardware.
Overheating would be, my guess right off the bat.
Yeah, but overheating from running software doesn't happen very often. Well, at all that I know of. I've never seen, software overheat a computer.
Yeah.
It's from badly. Doug, you're hot. It's from bad hardware.
Yeah. And it could be, the fan's full of cat hair or something crazy, but I'll get it sorted. I just thought I'd share.
Did you plug any kind of accessories into the computer before you actually started using it? Because you said it was working before. Is there something new and different, like a different device plugged into it?
No. The only thing that happened was I did a push on GitHub. Actually, no. I did a pull request on GitHub, and I wasn't even able to complete it. So I just gotten the software working when all of this happened. So the software still stuck on the hard drive on that computer until I can sneak it off.
Yeah. Also, it looks like this ADHD Life is adding that you probably wouldn't overheat it in 30 seconds. Like, that's real fast. Like, that's that's fast. So there's something probably else going on.
Fire fast.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is it's some kind of hardware issue. It's not a software issue. And it could be, to me, overheating is a hardware issue, but there's plenty of other hardware issues.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the simple thing for me is, get this software off, which worst case scenario, I just take out the NVMe drive and, access it on a reader, and just put it on some different hardware, see what happens.
Yeah. Give it a shot.
What CPU are you running in that NUC?
I don't know. I'd have to go back to the other room to look, Don, but I can do that in a little bit.
It's not that big a deal. I'm just wondering if it's, one of the dreaded N150s like Josh was talking about earlier. Although the N150 is a fast machine. It is not a slow machine.
I don't have a problem with the N150. I don't know why. How is it dreaded?
Well, you were the one that was saying that it was slow for you. That
slower
laptop?
than like a $1,000 laptop, sure, or something a little bit like a Pentium. Like it's
who buys $1,000 laptop, man? That's desktop territory.
Oh, never mind, Don. We'll move on from this topic.
I'm kidding.
Comment.
Go ahead, comment.
Sorry if this has been asked before, but because this has just been background noise. But can you get a flash drive with desktop Linux on it and boot that up and see if it still crashes? Because wouldn't that narrow down a hardware issue?
Assuming he can tax it if he's assuming performance, but yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. One of the things that can cause that, by the way, is bad RAM. And if you're running an application, the application fills that RAM up and it hits the bad spot, boom, you're dead. So one of the things to do.
We're using plenty of RAM, Don.
No. It's not the plenty of. Is there a bad bit in it somewhere? And so get the Linux like he was talking about and run the mem test on it for, say, a day or, several hours, and make sure it's not kicking the Linux off when you're running the mem test.
There you go.
That's an excellent idea, guys. Thanks.
You got plenty of things to go check out and catch us up with that update when you find out what happened. But I'll wait to hear more on that. Good,
and see everyone how easy it is to share and ask questions and get productive feedback.
Just see how easy it is. Yeah. There was somebody else before Mark had his question that was going to chime in with something. I think he's next. I'm not sure what it was, who that was. So come back if you got a question or comment. Go ahead. Was it Mason?
I think that was me. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes. How's it going?
Oh, it is going good. I want to say hi. First time talking on the Discord. I've been in a couple times, just listening. But I did have 2 questions I wanted to ask.
Now's the time. You caught us at the right time. Go for it.
So the first one is I'm trying to plan out a 2 meter, 70 centimeter kind of base station antenna on the roof of my house. And I was looking at lightning arresters, and I'm curious if it's an issue because I'm on the opposite side of the house from the house's lightning arrestor or lightning rod, ground rod. Would it be a problem if I drove a second ground rod, but it's over 50 feet away? I'm not sure if that causes too much of an issue.
Yeah, so it's not. That's not to the FCC code. So that's the first thing. NEC, the NEC code. how the code is supposed to work is you all your ground rods are supposed to be no closer than, what is it, 16 feet? Look up the code to be more precise, but those rods need to be bonded together, right? So it would be very applicable if you were to connect those ground rods together. Now, 50 feet of wire connecting one to the other, it's going to be more than that too, I'm guessing, once you factor in all the bends you have to do and all that. Yeah, get Ward Silver's book on grounding and bonding, right? That's the thing that would be recommended there. But yes, you follow it exclusively, because unfortunately what can happen is, let's say you go through with this and you drop a ground rod, you connect to it with a lightning arrestor, and for some reason your antenna gets struck by lightning and it causes a fire, and it does significant enough damage that you need to make an insurance claim. Well, you could run into some issues where the insurance company is like, well, who did this work? Is it following the NEC code? What did you follow? ... And you get to this point where they're like, nope, sorry, you don't get coverage on all this stuff because you did this and it's, problem, etc. Now, is that every case all the time for everybody? No. Are there variations to all of this? Yes. But the general guideline is to follow the code explicitly to the letter, right? So how difficult would it be for you to bond those two ground rods, I guess, is the first question.
Not sure. It just depends on running a wire all the way around the house. So
pretty big
No, you
wire, though.
got-
You're going to need
Damn.
to gauge.
So that's going to be maybe an issue.
Well, the deal is that the wire would go between every 16 feet. It'll hit another ground rod. So you're going to put an 8-foot ground rod into the ground about every 16 feet.
I don't think it requires a ground rod at every 16 feet. It says that the ground rods cannot be closer than 16 feet.
They're center to center 16 feet, because I've read his book. Yes, it's 16 feet. So in other words, an 8-foot ground rod, there's an 8-foot circle around it that it protects. And then the next ground rod, there's 8 foot. So it actually turns into 16 feet between the ground rods.
So every 16 feet, you'd be dropping a ground rod, is what you're saying.
Right.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, is it
Probably easier to move it closer then.
Yes, so that would be the next question is, can you set up the antenna closer to the ground rod, have the coax come down, get to the lightning arrestor on the ground rod, or some kind of a interconnect before the coax comes into the house?
I definitely can, which makes it, because I was planning on buying a lot more coax than I needed, because I'm buying Messi and Poloni and going to just cut connectors when I need it.
Okay.
So I'll have to use more, but it should still work the same.
Okay. Yeah, that would be the way to go then. If you can simplify stuff like grounding, you're probably going to have a much better time, truth be told.
Awesome. Okay.
Can you relocate the shack as well? Because hypothetically, if it's you want to also bring all your radio equipment to that common ground.
That would be significantly harder. Yeah, not sure on that one.
Okay. Highly recommend you get Ward Silver's book on this, because you don't want to play around with this. This is something you want to do to the letter.
Yeah, I just looked it up on Amazon, so I'll be putting that in the cart.
Cool.
The second question I was kind of just curious about was, has anyone ever ran FT8 through a Baofeng? Or I just bought the VGC, the 67. Anyone tried that either? I'm just curious if that works.
Assuming that you can pass the audio into the radio via the audio port, then yes, it will work. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Thank you, man.
It's a fun, challenging thing to do. In fact, I think that some of those guys who do weak signal stuff, so 2-meter single sideband, that's probably going to work a little bit better for you. Yeah, I'm trying to think now to myself, you're just going to pass the audio over FM. That should still work, FM to FM. That won't be a problem. It's not ideal.
Yeah, there's not really anybody doing FM FT8, right?
Yeah, there's nobody. This is like a project for you between two radios kind of thing, right? Is that the idea? Or are you expecting to hear people?
No, I was just curious if that was even possible, because I know it was. I was looking at FT8 on WSJTX or whatever it is, and it's supposed to be sideband, but Baofeng has the aux connector, so I was like,
There's nothing technically preventing you from doing this. Is it an effective use of for making contacts? No, it is not.
Something fun to try, but no one will hear you.
Right. Well, unless you want to set up a second radio and hear yourself, like Josh was saying a minute ago.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you want to do something, since same connection basically to a computer, if you're going to do FT8, is try APRS. APRS is going to be there's going to be way more people possible in your area on APRS.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited for the VGC. I watched your video on it. You talked me into buying it.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to try out APRS because I'm in Southern California and there's a bunch of, I've looked on the website, there's a bunch of stuff around here.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the thing to check out.
And with APRS, you might even get K8MRD.
Yeah. Speaking of K8MRD, somebody just said, did they hear Mike's voice earlier? I don't know that they did, but I see him. Is he available to drop his voice to the chat? Mike, are you there? Mr. K8MRD, the ham radio tube. He might be tidying up his workspace. He said he was working on
He was
chat
talking
organization.
earlier.
Yeah,
we were having a chat with a gentleman about a J-pole.
Oh, okay. Well, he's around. I see him muted right now, but he's in the chat, so he's somewhere around here. Mike was 3D printing something. Yeah. So is he? We'll have to ask him about his 3D printing experience he's having.
I think it was a plaque that says "I heart APRS."
Yes, for sure.
Comment.
Go ahead.
Comment on the Baofeng and digital modes. Our local club did an event today called Fire and Wires. Local state park has a pavilion with a fireplace, and we play with fire and radio. And one thing I did was use my Baofeng and an AOIC chipboard cable, and I was sending WinLink over packet using a Baofeng, and that was pretty slick.
There you go. Yeah, you can do all that with a computer connection, audio. You can do it with Direwolf. You can have an actual interface. All that stuff is possible.
My setup had AIOC and then a USB-C cable directly to my iPhone, and then that was radio mail and packet commander. It's an internal TNC that runs internally on the iPhone, so it was a pretty small setup.
Is the AIOC is not a TNC, so you were using Packet Commander to be the A25 interface?
Correct. Yeah, Packet Commander runs on the iPhone to do that.
X25 or the AX25. Packet Commander, I am not familiar with. I'm literally pulling out my phone right now. How did I not know about this? Why didn't you tell me?
It's actually the guy who develops radio mail does Packet Commander.
Oh, no way. Okay, well then I'm did I not have this? Oh, I do have it. I'm an idiot. You know what it is, actually? I was supposed to do a video on that, and I haven't done it, so womp, womp. Womp, womp. I have to get back on that now. I literally have it downloaded on my phone. I forgot. There's so many things. Well, thank you for the reminder. Is there anybody, since we had a newcomer, maybe you guys get the idea of this. So anybody in there for the first time like to say hi or ask a question that's new? Oh, somebody's keying up, but I don't know that they're making it.
Everybody's afraid.
Hey, that's Paul. I know that voice. How you doing, man?
Good. Happy New Year. I'm living life.
Good, very good. I saw Steve earlier in the chat too. It looks like he hopped on voice, so we'll hear from him later. But is that Jason? Are you there?
But
what's going on?
Between you and Steve and Mike, I've gone into the Meshtastic rabbit hole very hard.
Oh, yes. Was that a Jason who keyed up? Did you have a question or comment?
Yeah, I keyed up real quick. It's actually Panda 3 Monkeys Racing.
Oh, what's up,
on
man?
YouTube that I just commented. Yeah, first time on the stream, and yeah, you have been so much help over the past, I don't even remember how many weeks. It's been over a month, I think. And just getting started, looking at radios, ended up buying the 2-pack of Baofeng UVR UV 5R minis.
Okay.
And I've been using the heck out of them here since Tuesday. Been trying to listen. There's not a lot of people around where I'm at that talk at all. So there's been a lot of weather, and apparently they pick up the you can run them like a scanner,
Mhm.
so you can get dispatch and stuff. But
Yeah, not very fast scanning, but yeah, as long as as long as the radios that the other agencies or whatever are transmitting on are non-encrypted and they're in the frequency space, you can hear them. Yeah, absolutely.
and even went into Chirp and edited on there where it will not transmit on there.
Oh, good for
That
you.
way, if I accidentally bump that button while I'm moving the radio or something, it doesn't transmit on one of those frequencies.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, actually today I've been working on a J-pole antenna out of 10-aught wire and duct tape.
Oh, okay. There you go. Nice, nice. Well, was that who you were talking to Mike earlier about that? Was that you or
I was
another
not.
person? So there was somebody else talking
No.
about a J-pole. So there you go. That's cool.
Yeah, I was talking about a Slim Jim earlier.
Oh, Slim Jim for 2 meters?
Yeah, 2 meters, 70 centimeters, the N9 TAX antenna that I just got.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. I've
had an issue getting the solder to stick, so I ended up going a different route, and I'm gonna crimp like a small battery terminal onto it, and then just hook it on with some little bolts.
There you go. Very cool. Nice. There's a side chat going on about the card computer, and then putting looks like, God, what is this? $15, $14.50 little adapter that goes on it to do LoRa, and so you could do Meshtastic on your card computer, which I happen to have a card computer right here that's looking for something to do, so I may have to buy that. So you guys are gonna spend my money. $14 ain't bad though. I'll do that all day. That's cheap. Right on, man. I appreciate you you joining us though.
Yeah. If I was still into mower racing, I'd probably try to somehow get something going there, but I haven't done mower racing for a while.
Yeah, I saw your avatar. I was like, oh, this man's into some fun stuff. he's getting crazy in the mud with the mowers.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely a cheaper way to get into racing. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've seen some of the videos on it. It seems very cool. But I did have a comment I want to come back around to. So thanks for joining us. And if you got another question, feel free to dive in there. Let's see. Josh W2 Land says, to me, what's your take on Ape's video earlier speaking about the Baofeng minis? Well, I have been doing some video with some folks on just that topic. It'll likely drop next week. I stand by what I said in my first video, and we've only added more details to it, and hopefully a handy way for you to determine whether the items that you're seeing on your Tiny SA are actually coming out of the radio you're testing, or if it is some non-linearity type spurs that could be unrelated to the thing that you should be testing, which is the radio. Don't know that we need to rehash all of that right now because obviously the video's not out. So likely wait until the video before you add your comments. But Steve is here along with some other folks that have helped me along the way in better understanding a lot of this stuff. So that may come up in other capacities as we go further in the live stream. But if you have not watched Abe's video, then go check that out, and go watch my video as well on how to use the Tiny SA to be more accurate, because that's kind of my goal, is to make sure everybody's as accurate as possible with our measuring capabilities.
Hey, Josh, I won't comment on your upcoming video, but I can answer a question about ground rods. If
yeah. That'll give me a chance to see what kind of beverages I left in my fridge after the fiasco of the holiday season. So go for it.
Okay. So I had posted a bit ago in your chat. If you scroll up, you'll probably find it. 2 slides from a presentation that I give here locally. I do a grounding and bonding presentation as well locally here, and it's a subject that's near and dear to my vocation as well. The rule of thumb is for spacing of grounding electrodes is that they should be no closer than 1 to 1.5 times the electrode length. And the reason why is it's basically the shell, if you will, the resistance shell. If you space them too close, then you don't take advantage of the dissipation effect for each ground rod. If you space them too close, they actually look like a single rod. So to have as much coupling with the earth as well, to provide as much dissipation area, if you will, you want to make sure the spacing is no closer than 1 to 1.5. 2 times is perfectly fine as well. I have, I could even, if you want, I could even post a video or post a picture of what the perimeter ground around my house looks like. But there's on the order of, I think, 19 or 20 ground rods all the way around the house, and they're spaced about, I want to say about 13, 14 feet apart, and that's just it's the length of actually I think they're a little bit longer than that, because those were 9 foot. So typically it's an 8 foot minimum to penetrate, and then it's another, they leave 1 foot out if you want. Mine are completely buried. So I posted the 2. There's one that shows the code, section 250.56 of the National Electrical Code. If you look in NFPA 70, at the main panel service, you have to have the bonding electrode. The grounding electrode can't have any more than 25 ohms. Can't exceed 25 ohms of resistance. So what they do is they usually put 2 in parallel, and they're usually no less than 6 feet apart. And that's to ensure that you get a resistance to ground of less than 25 ohms. If you have really highly conductive soil, then that measurement, when they bring out a megger, which is a special instrument for measuring the resistance to ground. If you can meet or exceed that with 1, that's great. But generally, just as a matter of course, they just sync 2. And the bonding requirements are in 250.66, and I think they're in that one slide there.
Yeah, that's great.
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, in the world we live in today, the thought of dropping more ground rods is a thing that I don't think most people ever really dabble in. So, like, for me, most of around my home is all concrete. So I would have to go, core plug out a bunch of holes to drop ground rods into. So generally, I'm always of like the mindset, it's like, hey, bring everybody back to the one ground rod, and make all your connections as close to that ground rod as possible to reduce complexity. But there's still cases where you're going to have to drop more ground rods, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. In fact, I think the fellow who asked the question actually has the same issue that I do, which is the shack is on a completely opposite end of the house that the service panel is on. So all of the ground panels, my exterior, the single point ground panel for the outside, where everything, there's a single location where all the antenna, all the cabling and lightning discharge and protection are bonded to. That is bonded through a number 2 cable that's buried underground that picks up all of those ground rods. They all have to be bonded together. They all need to rise to the same potential at the same time. You can't rely on a the lightning discharge to travel through the earth. If it does that, the problem is once it hits the earth as a dielectric, it slows down several orders of magnitude, so it travels much slower. So you may have a very fast rise time that zips through your coax to the shack, but the path it's going to take through earth to the ground rod on the other side of the house is going to be orders of magnitude slower. And so they won't rise at the same time. And what you'll get is a difference in voltage potential, which is what will cause damage.
Oh.
So the whole idea is to make sure that all of your ground points or single point points, the potentials all rise and fall at the same time, so that there's very little voltage differential.
Well, so then that's a good segue. Why don't you go ahead and explain how you deal with your shack being on the other side of the house? Is that just why you dropped all those ground rods so that you can tap into it?
I actually have a slide. I mean, I could copy it and paste it. I think I've done this in the Discord a couple of times. I've actually presented that. So yeah, I have an outside panel where all of the antennas that come into the house, all of the transmission line that comes into the house, is bonded to at that panel. The shields, all the lightning discharge, and all of the lightning protection, all meet at that panel to bring that panel to the same potential as the main service panel and everything else in the house. There is a perimeter ground that ties all of that together. And that's on the outside of the house. You never want to give lightning or a discharge potential a path through the house. So that all happens on the outside. Once I get into the house, the panel in the shack, the master panel in the back of the rack here, that's my common RF plane, and basically that's where all of my devices, all of the shields, the cabinets, everything is bonded to as a single point, both for electrical safety, but also moreover for a single point for all of the RF currents to equalize, so that I don't have differential RF currents. And that's a very different reason. You bond things for electrical safety, for RF bonding, to keep everything to keep the RF currents from being at different potentials. And the third reason, third type of bonding is for lightning or discharge protection. They're all very separate, but all relatable methods of bonding, and they're all covered in Ward's book very well.
Yeah. So, question then further. So you've got the one connector box outside your house where all your coax goes, and it has also lightning protection in there. And then you got a long run of coax that goes to your shack. Does the long run of coax go straight to something that is also grounded to that common ground point in your shack?
Yeah, inside the common ground point, I can post some pictures of this if you want in the chat.
Since we're going down the rabbit hole, at this point now I'm intrigued, right? So
we're getting there.
I don't know if there was more pictures, but I'll
oh yeah, I have an entire presentation on this. I've got a whole PowerPoint on this.
I should probably just have you come back and give the whole presentation on my live stream.
So yeah, this was a presentation I gave locally, which was the challenges I faced here doing that. Actually, let me see if I can drag this into chat real quick here. This might help explain some of it.
While he does that, I'm going to pull up let's see if we can see the website. Oh, there it is.
There you go. So there's a one of the slides that kind of explains the different panels.
Okay. So the ground rods are what you use to get to the AC service ground, but they are all bonded correctly to code. And you have a redundant panel. That's your coax panel that has your lightning arresters, and your coax go into that. And then that coax goes into another panel that then feeds your radios and devices.
Yeah, so there's an outside panel. Right? Again, you never want to give lightning a reason to travel inside the house. So,
yeah.
So the the purpose of the perimeter ground is to make sure that the surface panel, the common bond point, or the safety ground in the service panel is always at the same potential as the panel that sits outside for lightning protection, which always sits at the same potential as the panel that's the master ground panel in my, or the primary panel in my in my shack. So we want to make sure that those all rise together and fall together at the same potential if there is a lightning strike, God forbid. The panel in the shack also serves as the single point RF point for equalizing RF currents. Everything bonds at that one panel. And it's also the single point for the electrical ground, for the safety ground. So the actual, if you look, there's a little red line there that is supposed to represent like an ISO strip, an ISO bar. I think is a trip light ISO bar. That's bolted right to that panel on the copper plane, so that every piece of gear actually pulls power that's bonded at that one point, and then that also goes back as an electrical as the safety ground also goes back to the panel. So everything is all of the same potential.
So I'm looking at this, and the color coding of the wires is really helpful. So if you see the green, in fact, I'm going to use myself as a pointer here, but if you see the green, that's the AC service ground, right? And then it goes along, and then at this drop, right, this other rod, he has another line for grounding that goes to his shack panel, and then the ground rods keep going, and then there's another ground rod that connects to the secondary panel for where his coax and his antennas connect. And then that also looks like a control cable for a rotor or something along those lines. So, yeah, that is a very well dialed in grounding solution. Sadly, I don't think most people can do that without a significant effort. And that's what always bums me out, is I'm going to have to start breaking concrete if I'm going to do that, to be honest.
Yeah, I won't lie. It was a bit of work, but it didn't happen overnight. But it did happen over a couple of months. After the second lightning strike, it was time to do. So,
Sure.
Actually, that's a really good I like the panel. That's a great panel. Jody is fantastic. Yeah, so there's two pictures I posted. One is of the panel while I was putting it together, and you can see how the coax comes up. There's a 1-to-1. I have a choke right there as it comes into the shack. Not that one, but that's fantastic.
There, yeah, that one with the trip light on it, right?
I like the Canadian bat. That's what does it for me.
Yeah, I like the Canadian bat too. Yeah.
Well, it's got his call sign on it too.
Absolutely, it's got to. So this was while I was putting it together, and you could spot the faux pas for those that are keen. The yellow plug is actually the 220 outlet for the amplifier. I hadn't put the 220 protection device on that one copper panel, but that panel cost me about $30 to build from surplus. So not including the trip light, the ISO bar, but that ISO bar is bonded right to that one copper plane. You can see the coax is a piece of LMR 400 that comes up to a 1-to-1 that is bonded to that through a bulkhead connector.
Oh, I see that. Yes.
And on the far side, there's a piece of shielded Cat5. That's actually a lightning protect. It's a ISO connector for 1 gig for gigabit Cat5, and that is bonded to that as well. So there's galvanic isolation across that unit. So that isolates the run that goes back downstairs to the router. That also works well for noise. So everything bonds to that one point. And you can see the piece of I think it's number 4, that copper wire that runs back down. That's actually bonds me back to the main panel.
I am so jealous of this that I basically have to tell Leia we need to get a new house to start to replan to build all of this in before we move in, because it's like I know a lot of people get really jealous of big towers and all that stuff, and I do too. I would love to have a big tower at my house, but I know that that's just impossible to do. This I can do. It's going to take me a significant amount of Leia effort to get approved, because I would have to take ground rods all the way around the house to be able to get to the point where I could do this level of bonding. And oh man, I'm very jealous of that though. It looks really
Oh,
good.
wait, hold on. I'll show you. Let's see if I can find the picture.
So no, and so everybody in the chat, it's not a block of copper. It's a plate. It's a I don't even know how thick that plate is. How thick
It's
is
just
that
copper
plate?
flashing. It's just copper flashing.
Okay. So yeah, don't freak out. He's not dropping thousands. He's dropping
No, it's
not a big deal.
It's $30 worth of copper flashing. And that's a ground rod I found for $10 at a Hamfest. I'm sorry, ground bus. That ground bus I found at a Hamfest.
Okay.
And that's spaced off with a set of copper bushings. So it's all bonded. The only thing that it's like a perk of the vocation is the 2-inch wide copper strap that I coated with heat shrink. That bonds the movable rack. That picture you have up before, actually you can see it in this picture.
Yeah.
There's a drag chain that connects the roll around rack to the so that's a drag chain, and what that allows me to do is move the rack to get behind it while keeping all the cabling intact, so it keeps all of one of the things you want to so one of the things that you want to be able to do is keep all of your RF cabling and audio cabling bundled together so that the cross section is the same. It keeps all the RF currents as much as you can cross sectionally, at least in the same plane, and helps reduce a lot of the differential currents that can cause buzzing and humming and other things like that.
Yeah. And
can you come do that to my shack, Steve? Because I have a lot of RF buzzing. I don't know if you can hear that.
I can run. Well,
honestly, Mike, DM Steve and like draw a little perimeter box and do all that stuff, and he will help you.
Dude, I've been trying to put, while you guys were talking, I've been putting like Palomar Mix 31 ferrites on things to get rid of this freaking buzz. Because I got a new desk, so I completely dismantled everything and put it all back together, and now something's buzzing. It's driving me nuts.
They said in the chat, the buzzing is APRS packets, Mike. You should.
It could be. There's no APRS in my area. I'm sorry?
I'm with APRS. I think it's APRS.
I've got a comment and then a question for Steve.
Sure.
Comment and question. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mark.
So comment for anybody out there. Don't drill through tensioned concrete slabs in your home.
Oh, no. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. Yes, that's a no-no. That's a very expensive no-no.
Wait, what's a tension slab? Is that like something that is up against the
do you want to
basement?
explain or do you want me to explain?
Go for it, man. You're doing great.
Oh, okay. So, tension concrete. So if you live... so this is common in some modular concrete construction. Okay. What they'll do is to increase the rigidity and the strength of a concrete slab unit, they'll have steel cabling inside that's under extreme tension.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's called pre-tension concrete. And
pre-stressed concrete.
Yeah, pre-stressed concrete. And so sometimes you don't know. And I was on a job where a fellow said, "Oh, we'll just core drill here." And yeah, that was a bad hair day. I think that was months because they actually had to replace the slab. There's no walking back from that. I think they nicked.
Yeah, probably. You can't put the tension back in, kids.
No, it was bad.
Your garage will have a stamp telling you do not drill or cut.
Yes, unless it's removed by some crew.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's my question. Lightning protection from a grounded tower, what kind of radius does that give you? Because I think Josh is really close to some big high tension power lines that have to be way taller than his antennas.
No, I'm not. I'm far. My antennas are far away. Nothing will fall anywhere close to that stuff.
Oh, never mind.
But it's hard to explain. You don't need to take a direct strike. Direct strikes are almost non-salvageable most of the time.
Right.
The best that you could do is to at least walk away with limb and life.
No, I think walking away is a good first step. I'll go
walking
with that
away is a good thing. Exactly. having lived through one or two of them, I've been at tower sites. I've actually been at transmission sites where that's the back of the rack. That's the bonding to the back of the rack. So I've been at sites where something outside 400 feet of steel, 1,000 feet of steel in the backyard has taken a direct strike, and it's humbling. It makes you feel it makes you feel very small very quick. You don't have to take a direct strike to have damage. It could be the induction field of a fast rise time strike can be a quarter mile, half mile. Something that's close has enough energy in it to impart enough voltage to do a tremendous amount of damage. It doesn't have to be a direct strike. It can just a strike in the near field for it, or in the induction field of a strike, is enough to induce some damaging voltages and currents.
Man, I'm just jealous of this whole setup. I mean, you told me, I know you sent me some of these pictures, but the more you send, it's like, dude, I'm beyond jealous of this whole
That was
setup.
before I cleaned everything. That's an old pic. That was before I really cleaned.
I don't even think you have to apologize that much. That's a crap load of wires, and those are probably well more bundled than all of mine are. So,
yeah, Steve, where I used to live, most of the houses did not have ground rods, and they did not have oofers either. They were all cold water ground.
Cold water ground. Yeah, that was a thing, and it's grandfathered. NFPA is pretty specific. NFPA 70 is pretty specific when it comes to bonding and grounding. And I don't have it in front of me. I have NFPA sitting in my side here. I mean, I could pull it out, but there's a specific section. Boy, I don't want to misquote. I could probably find there's one in particular that actually applies to radio and to. Let me see if I can find it here.
Question.
Let's see. I'll see if I can find it here. I thought it was
what's
something
the question while
860.
Steve's looking? What's the question?
The question is, when you're bonding between ground rods, does that wire need to be in ground? It cannot run, say, like in a PVC or something from ground rod to ground rod. It has to be in the ground.
It typically is put in the ground. I mean, you could put it in PVC, but I think it's just a waste of good PVC. It's typically what we would do is run an aught or 2-aught, if you have that kind of money these days. I ran number 2 because I found a contractor on Craigslist that was dumping had bought too much material, and he was getting rid of some materials on Craigslist. So that's how I found a bunch of ground rods that way. I found the copper that way at a discount. But I used number 2. I think the minimum is number 6. So there's no need to really encase it in anything. It typically you would put it a foot or 2 into the ground. It's not a radial system. It just needs to be able to bond the electrodes together. They should be exothermically welded. I mean, I have pictures of all of this. I don't know, Josh. I don't know how much I don't know how far down the rabbit hole you really want to go, but I could show you pictures of what that looks like.
There's a couple of things. Where is it? Somebody was like, "Wow, is that overkill?" Sure, but it looks nice. So, okay, couple of things, right? So, if you want to follow the code and you want to do grounding and bonding, this is the direction you have to go. Like, this is actually more towards what you should be doing. Do most hams, and I mean a majority, most in this case, and I mean more like 75%. Are they doing this? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Now, there's a second caveat to that. As Steve mentioned, he's already had like 2 lightning strikes. So this is twofold, right? It's not just to appease the code, if you will, and to potentially get some reductions in noise and a number of other things. The second thing is that this is actual lightning protection. He is doing this to protect his investment in equipment. Now, if you compare that to me here in Southern California, we get very little lightning strikes, to the point that statistically there's going to be I am very low statistical probability of having a lightning strike. Do I have the same level? No, of course not. I don't have multiple ground rods. I probably should. I have a center ground bus bar and all that stuff, and I have the lightning arresters and all that. But again, if it's even a close adjacent strike, you will lose equipment. It's just inevitable if it gets real close in.
I answer that a different way, and by the way, you're right. I think your risk is probably far lower than mine, but I answer it a different way. If the hobby is great, but the minute you start to hang wire in the air outside of your house and you bring it inside, you're inviting, or you're taking the responsibility for yourself, your family, your neighbors, and your property, and that of your neighbors around you.
Yeah.
You're taking on the responsibility to ensure their safety. And the minute you start hanging wire outside, you're creating a lightning. You're creating a path for lightning to come into the house. So for me, having already been through that at least twice here, I have not had a problem since, but it's also like you said, it's a safety issue, and I kind of value where I live. I've seen the damage that a good lightning strike can do to a home with just a simple dipole out back with a coax through the window into the house, and a ground rod outside, just like every generic drawing and every radio receiver, amateur hi-fi receiver, every piece of your toaster comes with a picture of it in the ground rod outside. And it's just such the wrong thing to do, and the damage a lightning strike can do. And a buddy of mine lost his house. It burned to the ground after a strike hit like 2 houses over, and it zipped right through the house and took out art to a cabinet in the shack and set the drapes on fire, and that was it. And it was a bad hair day. So I've seen the damage. I'm not saying it will happen to you. I'm just saying it could happen to you. So this is part of the responsibility you take if you're going to hang lots of wire outside at any height, and it's just something that you should be aware of.
Yeah. I will come up for air for 1 second, because we've had a guy, Ham Weiser. Oh my good Lord. You can't just spam your question over and over again. And just because you don't like the topic, it doesn't mean that you can completely disrupt the chat for your own purposes. So this was a good breathing spot that I can take a quick breath. He wants to know, how do I set all capital letters on my radio programming? So this is a Baofeng Mini. I'll go ahead and zoom in on that. See how my channel is all capital letters, K6JRM. I use Chirp. That's all I did. Go use Chirp. Chirp is programming software. You need the cable to plug into that to program it. That's all I had to do. That's it. That's the secret. Go use Chirp. I have a video on how to do it. Check it out, son. Anyway, I hope that helps. All right, back to
I won't monopolize this any longer. So
no, it's not. But see, the thing is there's a lot of people watching right now. They're like, "Holy crap, I need to do this," because yes, I mean, there's no reason not to do this kind of stuff, right? I think
there is though, and there's questions in the chat. What if I'm a renter?
Comment.
Yeah, I've got a question for you.
Buy a home.
If you can take it.
Yeah, that's how you get away from your noise floor. You move. You go to the country, right, Josh?
I would do what you're doing, Don. As soon as I can get a job that pays me to move out in the boonies, and my wife and kids let me, we're all going. But you know how that's not happening, buddy.
I know that's exactly what I think the people in the chat are saying too. I mean, hey, we'd love to do it, but there's this reason.
Right, but what about they sell these things that go on the. They go on your coax, they're in line, and I think they're gas discharge tubes. And, you connect a wire to those. What do you think of those, Steve?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Let me see. I have a picture of my panel. Let me see if I can. I actually, it's hard. I'm not prepared. I have pictures of that. So, yes, Morgan, Alpha, Polyphaser, those are some reputable brands. I'm partial to the Morgans. Polyphaser's great. Was it Huber Schnur? I can't remember how to pronounce it. We used to use a lot of theirs, but they're actually nonlinear at microwave. We've had lots of problems. The return loss is crazy at microwave on those. Yeah, 100%. And in fact, I have pictures of the panel outside of the house, and if you think that's overkill, let me see if I can Let me see if I can find pictures. If you give me a minute, I can
Okay,
find pictures
you
of
take
that.
a minute. I'm going to go back and do another rabbit hole here. Okay, hold on. Okay. So, Ham Weiser, if this is what you're talking about, my God, son, you did not have to do all this. All right, I'm showing this on the video. Here we go. Okay. Wants to know how to make capital letters. Okay, here we go. So we're doing this within the app. We're going to hit menu. We're going to go to program channel. I'm going to hit menu again. We're going to go to channel name. Oh, it's lowercase. It's lowercase letters. Well, explore the space here. What if we hit that button that says arrow up? What does it do? Oh, it just made it ABC capital letters. So now everything is capital letters. That's all you had to do. Just explore the space. Push all the buttons. And if it breaks your radio, I said this in so many videos. If it breaks your radio, if what you're doing, by the way, this is yours. You can do whatever you want with this. If you want to throw it into the lake, go ahead. You should feel free. I'm giving you carte blanche to explore the space. Do whatever you want to this. And if you screw this up, reset it to default. Factory reset this thing. Problem solved. Problem solved. Problem staying solved. That's it.
What are you trying to say?
Explore your radios. Try all this stuff out. Push all these buttons. Did you know that if you hold down, what is it, the 8 key? Hold it down. Let's see. Did it do it? Wait, hold on. Let me exit out of that. That's why. One of these keys does it. Anyway, I think I screwed it up, but...
Comment.
Yeah, if you hold down the 8 key... Let's see, can we get that to focus? Focus. Yeah, I can hold down the 8 key, and I'm switching between high power and low power. That's it. It's crazy. Go nuts, man. Yeah. Explore your radio, blow it up, and if it gets to a point it's not recoverable, factory reset. Go ahead, Paul.
Living in the lightning capital of the United States, I just plug stuff right into the wall, and I don't worry about it. I just get a lot of insurance because I know when it gets hit, it's much less expensive than doing all that.
I can't disagree.
And I actually know what NFPA means because I'm a licensed actuary and I watch things burn, and I've seen buildings burn just from getting hit by lightning like it's nothing. Trees explode and the power of lightning is unbelievable, but the cost of insurance is far less than doing all that stuff. And plus, my
Is your
HOA,
wife aware of your plan?
My wife? Yeah, of course. Yeah, she's totally good with it. I mean, the worst case scenario is that you get hit by lightning here. It's not that unusual. We have more lightning strikes. I live south of Orlando towards Tampa, and I'm on the west side of Disney World, and that strip of ground for about 30 miles gets hit with more lightning than anywhere else on Earth, I think. I know that anywhere else on the United States.
I think that's a Hallmark movie you need to make, where you put up a whole bunch of sand in that area, and you let lightning strike it, and then you sell the sand in a boutique shop, and then you fall in love with a young lady. I think that's literally a Hallmark movie in the making right there. There's literally a movie where a guy would go to the beach in Florida, and he'd dig up the lightning strikes on the beach, and they were sand structures that he would sell the structure. Leia watched this thing decades ago, and I lost my mind watching this video with her. I laughed so hard. I was commenting through the whole thing. It was the funniest thing, but yeah.
Yeah, the sand becomes like glass. You know, it's like...
I'm sure that only partially anything of that was actually true, but at the same time, it was a whole I don't even think it was Hallmark. I think it was like a proper rom-com in the theaters. But anyway, not the point. Sorry.
Yeah, if I had to go through what I had to go through the last time with the insurance company, and I had to do that every time, I didn't get a third of what I expected to get back out of that. It was miserable.
Who was the insurance carrier?
I think it was Allstate.
Well, they're okay. Allstate doesn't.
But I mean, I've had Allstate, I've had MetLife, I've had a few, and it's just Yeah, it's just a miserable experience through both of those, and none of them were good. It's just not something I want to avoid, especially when you have gear that's a one-off. I collect Collins, and I lost some Collins gear that I cannot replace, and so it's
Chubb, AIG. Those are the two best companies in the United States.
Yeah, I'm going to
to
err on the side of preventative instead of.
My doctor says the same thing.
Dramatic.
Steve, just like Paul said, the worst that can happen is you can get struck by lightning.
Exactly.
I mean, my doctor tells me, because my heart stopped unexpectedly, and I have all kinds of issues with it, I shouldn't drink alcohol or smoke. But I love cigars, and I can't wait to start drinking.
I think the worst that can happen is death, not a lightning strike.
Yeah, I was just saying.
No,
death.
I've already
Death
had
is
death. I mean, I
there.
was dead for almost 10 minutes, and it's not as bad as you think. It's just very painless. But I kind of survived that, and I'm still here, and I love being in Florida, and this is what we do.
So
I remembered it. It's Sweet Home Alabama, everybody. We figured it out. The Sweet Home Alabama is. My wife loves this movie. It cracked me up. All get out. Okay.
So
is that
I have a
McConaughey?
lightning question
Yes.
in a unique scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So I am on the 22nd floor of a 30-story building, and I don't own any of it. And I have a satellite dish on my balcony. And I am in one of the most lightning active places in the world. We get 175 lightning thunderstorms a year. Is there anything I can do or should do, or is it not much of an issue with just a satellite dish?
As a renter, this is where I have to say you probably should refer to your building's your building super or management for whether they have a master label discharge system or what their provisions are for satellite dishes on the side. There is a requirement to bond and ground those, but how your building handles that.
This is sitting on a tripod on my balcony that I put there.
Oh yeah, no, I think you're probably fine, but you would probably want to bound if you had something accessible outside before it gets into the house. If there was a way to bond that to building steel, that would be the way to go.
Okay, would you bond the actual dish itself, or
yeah,
like
the actually, yeah.
Well,
there's usually a ground lug. There's usually a ground lug on the dish itself, and I think also there's usually a ground block that you can buy for exactly this purpose that would your coax would pass through, that you would bond as well.
Okay,
those are the pictures, Josh, of the panel.
Yeah, that's the same thing I have.
The only
same
connection
box too.
The only connection of the radio is an LNB, so it's a little small device in the front.
Yeah, so you would want to bond the antenna. Again, I would defer that to what your landlord and buildings policy is for that, because that's
for that size antenna, and it's inset inside the it's a couple feet away from the edge of the building. Is there much risk of catching some stray lightning, or is it more like
no? You would, if anything, it would just be you'd be in the induction field. So again, most of that's probably going to dissipate, going to discharge through building steel. You're just along for the ride. So everything in the building is probably just going to rise and fall together. I would dare say you're probably fine. I mean, it's the likelihood of something happening. Again, since it's on a tripod, you just bring it inside too. So that's the best protection.
How many floors are above?
There's probably a spark arrestor at the top of the building also.
Well, there would be the building would have depending on the building type and size, it would be anything from master label to, some other building ground system that's adheres to whatever the municipal or local code is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, they take it kind of seriously here, because it's, like I said, 175 lightning storms a year. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you have master label or something similar.
So I want to say a big thank you to Mr. G for the super chat. Thank you for all you do. Ever since I started watching you, I have learned a lot. I became a general. Hey, congratulations. Have fun on HF. Love that for you. I have the same Morgan arresters that you're running, Steve. Almost the same box. I think similar box.
I built that. No, I actually built that.
Okay.
If you scroll back, there's some pictures. I built that for $50 worth of parts. The box was a box I bought on Amazon.
Nice.
I saw it cheap, and let's see, somewhere. Yeah. So and then that plate also came from Amazon. It was amazingly cheap to buy copper clad plate, and so there's two levels. There's one they're on hinge standoffs, so the RF sits on the top and the rotor control and all of the other stuff sits on the bottom, and
I see. So yeah, that's a good use of space. Yeah, because you also have rotor control that you said you ran through that too. So man, that's slick. I see that you got two plates. Oh, that's
there's two plates. Yeah, see, and then it swings open.
Yeah, that's smart.
And Steve, do you have an Arco microham?
An Arco microham. Why does that sound?
It's in one of your pictures that you were showing. It's that controller.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes.
Oh God, that thing is a game changer.
It really is.
It totally changes the way you use your antenna.
So that is for when I ran the doublet, that other box is the protection I had for the doublet. The doublet sat at around 75 feet, and that's what I lost the first time. So there's lightning discharge, there's a 4-to-1, and then it's followed by a choke that I made. It's just a 1-to-1, and then that goes back inside to the house.
Nice. Another super chat. Thank you, Radio Electronics Club. Happy New Year's, everybody. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you for watching. Thank you for that. Man. Yeah, all this lightning talk is got me a little hungry.
It's arresting.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know when I can change the topic.
I have to go check my soup, so I'll be back.
Yeah, okay. Let's double check. Oh, by the way, this is Steve Shack. I saw a little bit of Steve's workshop area earlier. Very impressive. He has got some space there. There's the rack on the other side. So on the left-hand side here, that's the thing on wheels that rolls away from the space where he's got that cable snake kind of thing set up. So yeah, look at that. Very impressive. Love that. And yes, thank you for Sweet Home Alabama. You guys are got. I love it. Let's see. There was something. Yes, something I want to do. Is there anybody here for the first time that'd like to say hi or ask a question? Because we dove in hard on a couple of these questions, and I don't know. People have found the Discord link and they may have joined us. So, anybody here would like to say hi or ask a question? Go ahead.
Zed KG here.
Hey Zed, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just first time. Been watching videos for a while and hearing you guys in there. Just wanted to jump in and say hey, and thank you again for all the videos that you do. And kind of funny. I used to live out in Southern California too, and listening to some of the places that you talk about, I'm like, okay, I know where that's at, and so that's kind of interesting. But I do have a question or two. I'm putting together one of these new elect RTL SDRs.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to know if any of you guys know about any kind of Android app that looks kind of like what you would see on an ICOM 7300.
An Android app for an SDR, like a new elect.
SDR Touch. I just installed it on mine this morning.
Oh, perfect. Good. Great. That's fantastic.
And if you just get a USB-C to USB-A, and yeah, I've got mine sitting behind my phone. And I was doing some 433 sniffing to find out why.
Do you need an on-the-go adapter, or will it work with a?
I'm not using one.
Really? Okay.
So I'm just using a cheap little Ugreen USB-A to USB-C. Plugged it in the back of my Android phone, got SDR Touch, and it made me install some driver. But that's like if you do SDR Touch, it'll be like, hey, you need this driver. It'll go out to the Play Store, download it, and you're set.
There you go. How's that sound?
Well, that helps a lot. Oh, by the way, name here is Jimmy. Call sign is KF4ZKG.
Thanks, Jimmy, for
So
joining us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Also, about the up converter, do I really need an up converter? I do have the Newelec V5 version, and it says it goes down to 100 kilohertz. But I'm wondering if I do need that up converter, and what does that up converter actually do?
So how much HF are you going to be doing on this thing?
Probably a lot. That's mostly what I want to use it for. Like listen like 40, 80, all the way up into the 30 megahertz range. Everything. I'll use it for anything I can. But mostly want to listen in on HF. Maybe use it as a test bed for like if I'm out somewhere with a G90. Use it as a receiver to see how my signal sounds, things like that.
Okay. So let's see. Let's pull it up and just see what it says. So if you just take it straight up on the listing, well, hold on. Yep, behind your house. Listen to all the frequencies, but obviously the SDR can already do that. So why would you want a up converter? What is an up converter? I used to know this better.
I thought that was the thing that you added to the old versions of the RTL SDRs that would up convert it into the HF bands because it didn't do HF.
They all
the
do
new
it,
ones
but
do.
the conversion is not the conversion. The speed is slower. The resolution is bad.
Well, the older SDR chips could only go down to 30 megahertz before you needed the up converter to down oscillate the frequency into the HF and LF bands.
Yeah, I just pulled mine out of a box that I was unpacking today. That blue box that you attach to the any or RTL SDR to up convert it, and it was called Ham It Up. Was what it was called, with a little toggle switch, and it was a blue box, and it would up convert it into the HF band so you could hear HF.
I mean, that seems like all this is doing is it takes something that can't go lower than that and giving you access to it. The question now, this is the sold out version. I just pulled up one. There's newer versions of this. If your unit goes down to HF and you're happy with the performance of it, then there's nothing else you have to do.
Okay, I'll probably just try it then and see how it works. I guess what I'm reading is it says like sensitivity isn't as good unless you use the up converter.
That's
I don't know.
the line I've heard is that it gives you better sensitivity. But again, if you already bought the thing and you want to try it out. And if you want to upgrade to something like an up converter, then do that after. Like I would explore the thing that you already bought fully and then decide what you want to do.
Well, all right. Sounds like a plan. I do thank you guys for all your help, and continue listening.
So so I'm looking at the newer one now, and so the newer one says that it includes a TXCO, which is okay, and switchable LNA and pass-through options. So if it's actually doing a low noise amplification, let's say for instance, why the sensitivity is not as good on HF is because it just doesn't have a good enough, like, preamp kind of thing. Then yes, this would give you preamp capabilities, which would allow your SDR to receive better. If that's what it's doing, then it's like, okay, that's reasonable. But again, I would still go back to it's like, hey, run what you bought, and then decide if you need to upgrade to something like this.
That sounds logical. I'll try that. But yeah, thanks for explaining some of this stuff too. Yeah, been a hammer radio operator for a while. Just kind of learning as I go. Trying a little POTA stuff. I got a G90. I got an ICOM 706 Mark II-G. I bought a long time ago at HRO. I think I got that one down at the HRO in Burbank is where I got that before I moved here in Florida. So I used to live out in Palmdale.
Oh yeah. Were you an engineer by chance?
I am now. More of like a mechanical engineer, but I did work up at Lockheed up there on not on Edwards, but Plant 42.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You know where
that
that.
if you're in Palmdale, there's a couple of companies that you likely worked for.
Yep. Yep. I was there. That was back in 2004, so that was quite a while ago. And then I moved back. I moved down here in Florida and met somebody and met my wife and so just getting back into ham radio. I go off and on between that and RC stuff. And so yeah, I bought this Lenovo Pad 1. I actually got the idea from To, one of his videos. He was using this in one of his videos. I thought, well, I could probably use that for the DJI drone that I have, and I can make it my ham radio POTA type Android tablet too.
You're gonna use the new elect for your drone? What's the purpose of that? Because they don't transmit.
Oh no! Then it's just going to be a receiver for the just to receive on the Android tablet. Not it doesn't. Okay. I'm gonna use this tablet for both ham radio and drone.
Oh god, the tablet! I'm like, what? How does this play? Okay, I got it. I understand now. Okay, understood.
But yeah, I fly FPV drones too, which is interesting because they say you need to have an amateur radio license for the 5.8 gigahertz VTX that's aboard them, and so I've had that for a while, so that's not a problem. But it's kind of interesting because I also have a let's see here, it is a light VNA, and I got that to test the antennas because it goes up into the 6 gigahertz range, and so I've been having a lot of fun with that too.
Where are you in Florida?
Oh, Panhandle, some near Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Pensacola.
Are you serious? We're right on top of each other. I live in Niceville.
Okay. Yep. I work in Niceville, so yep, that's where I'm at.
Do you mind if I send you a DM on Discord later?
Sure. I'm still learning Discord, so I'll see if I can find it and all that fun stuff. But yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, I actually live in Crestview, and so.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Let's see. Anybody else in there for the first time like to say hi or ask a question? Go ahead. Okay.
Not first time, Josh, but I actually have a question pertaining to the lightning stuff.
Panda Ham, you're roboting again. Panda, I can't hear. You got robot going on real bad. Are you in a bad signal area? Can you walk around a little bit?
Yeah, I think I am. I'm heading home, so.
No, I'm not. You got to move around or try again a little bit later. Now, all right. Open questions for anybody here. Go for it. Go ahead. Anything or comments, doesn't matter. Go for it.
I have a comment.
Yeah, I got a question.
I saw Brad first, and then I'll go to Dawn. I think was next. Go ahead, Brad.
Okay. Technically, I'm a first-time version, but I just have a couple of quick questions. The one first one may be a little bigger. I just got my general early this year, and I've decided to get into HF. So I picked up an FTX1 as my first radio because it's kind of versatile. And I kind of want to do some POTA stuff to start out. And I'm just curious what you think a good first antenna to get is. Like, what band should I be targeting, and like, what's something easy to set up?
Is this just straight up for outdoors portable? Is kind of the idea?
Yeah, to start. I mean, I don't have any trees in my yard or anything, so I'll probably be using it in my front yard to start. But then I live near a state park, so I'll probably just drive up there and play around.
So that's kind of why I asked is some folks don't have the space to put up like a 40-meter end fed in their front yard. They can do like a vertical, like a 17-foot vertical that'll get them from 20 meters through 10 and all that. So are you so 20 meters is going to be your hot band, right, for POTA, for Parks on the Air. It's going to be one of the better bands. So as long as you have like 20 meters in your arsenal somewhere, then you're probably good. First time antennas, though, like a 40 meter end-fed half wave or a 20 meter end-fed half wave would be perfectly fine to get started. Then you either need a tree or a telescoping mast or something along those lines. Then you just stretch it out. That's kind of all you need to do. That's like real simple.
Okay, so yeah, no trees in the yard, not a huge yard, but I don't have an HOA to deal with, so I can kind of play around a little bit. But yeah, I think a mast and an infant half wave.
I mean, that's a fine place to get started. I like verticals, but it's not always like the best starting point, because you sometimes need an analyzer if you want to get dialed in a little bit better, depending on what type of radio you're using. Does anybody else want to add their thoughts? Maybe a mic kit MRD with the hot easy POTA antenna these days. Mike's not.
Oh geez, I've been doing so many other things. The hot easy POTA antenna, the frickin' and the K8 MRD linked end-fed half wave. Well, what do you want to do? I haven't been paying attention, but like, what do you want to do with it?
He wants to do Parks on the Air, portable, and maybe set it up in his front yard for testing purposes. So yeah, end-fed.
Well, how big is your front yard? Because my front yard's the size of a postage stamp, so I can't do that. So I have to go to the park.
I mean, it's a little bigger than a postage stamp, but not bigger than a letter.
So a cool antenna. I've only used it once in the field, and I really, really, really want to use it more. That JPC 12, is it? That little vertical?
Is that the one with the little slider?
Yeah, not the Radioddity one.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Because I haven't used that. It's a loaded. They're all the same thing. A Wolfenberg coils, the JPC 12, the Radioddity thing. They're all loaded coil antennas. But
I feel like
that JPC 12.
Yeah.
For some reason, it just got me, and I like it.
Do it.
And it's small, it's compact, it's lightweight. It works. Because I did a video on it, and I'm at a park. I literally like hiked into the woods, and I set it up in the woods and like just horrible condition. I'm not in grass or anything. There's like logs and stuff. I'm literally in the woods. And I had my 705, and my goal was to make contacts. I'm going to do a POTA activation every band from 40 through 10. So I got on, and I started calling CQ on 40, and I'm like, all right, I got a couple contacts. I'm QSYing up to 20. Made a couple contacts on 20. Made a couple contacts on 17, 15, 12, 10. All phone, maybe 10 watts. I was probably doing 10 watts, but nah, I might have been doing 5 watts with the 705. Either way, I was using the 705, no amp. That's a cool frickin' antenna. And I really want to use it again, but I'm such a fan of the quick deployment of the end-fed half wave and not having to fuss with a coil.
Mm-hmm. Did you see what Adam linked for you there? If you've got a 3D printer, try one of these.
Yep, but that's just a 40 meter loading coil.
Right, because you just use a 17-foot whip for everything else.
Yes, you can just use the 17-foot whip, which is kind of like.
But you mount it on the loading coil, and then you just bypass the coil for 20 meters and up. And what I did on mine, I marked on the whip. I used an analyzer. You could use a radio too, to just tune it up at home, in your backyard, and figure out how many sections of the whip you need to have retracted for each band. And then I just used a label maker and printed a label that says, 2 sections down for 17 meters, 4 sections down for 15 meters, and so on.
Yeah.
So it makes it stupid easy to just set up quickly for 40 through 10 meters.
I feel like once you get a 17-foot whip and you just use that, sadly, a lot of those coil antennas stop being as effective. That's kind of been my experience. It kind of feels like the same way I was with the random wire antenna versus the end-fed. Maybe because it's just this
the
extra
thing
stuff.
with the JPC 12 though that I'm gonna and yes, you absolutely can just get a 17-foot whip and it will do everything 20 through. Hell, you could do 2 meters on it if you really wanted to. when you're in the woods and you're looking up at the canopy, you don't necessarily have 17 feet of height that you can put up. So the JPC-12, that's just the first thing that came to mind.
I run that right in the
really
trees.
do like
Are you
that
kidding?
antenna.
I run my 17-footer right into the trees, buddy.
Shut up.
What do you mean, shut up?
I don't know. I'm just being stupid.
I've got a video.
You can. Absolutely you can. Absolutely you can.
I wanted smaller. So of course I wanted lighter, smaller 17-foot whip. So who did I ask? Adam, of course. And he had a recommendation for a smaller, thinner, lighter 17-foot whip. And I've been playing around with that a little bit.
Well, it's called a piece of wire.
Yeah, at some point you're right back into wire, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a million different applications and antennas that are out there.
But I think to get back
I'm trying to get my hands on them all.
Of course.
Yes.
But to get back to the newcomer to radio, got an FTX1. They're going to go do POTA with. A simple antenna is honestly an end-fed half-wave. Like.
Okay, that's basically what
but
I was
that also,
for. Just, where to start, because I know there's a lot of options out there, and I want to play with all of them, but I need something that works so I can figure out how to do this.
Specifically, a Pacenna end-fed half-wave, which I just saw from his groups.io. They're back in stock at DX Engineering.
What? Okay, well,
I agree. Yep.
We're trolling.
Good way to go.
Listen, all end-fed half-waves, all 49-to-1s. At the end of the day, they're kind of all the same. It's some wire wrapped around a toroid and then a wire going out as your radiating element. But the Pacenna specifically is the antenna that you will see me use time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
For a reason. Because in my humble opinion, and I've got a crap ton of end-fed half-waves, for portable ham radio, the Pacenna end-fed half-wave is the best antenna. I have spoken.
There you go.
Agreed. If you have one of the telescoping masts,
I mean,
you can have that
I
thing
happen
set
to be
up
a
in
fan
15 seconds.
of a certain Atom K6ARK end-fed, but I like QRP, so.
Well, the thing with that, and I tried to plug it, and I feel like texted Adam, is that sometimes they're not, well, I guess it's the exact same thing as Pacenna. Sometimes they're not available.
That is true. That is true.
It's truth. I do have a bin full of probably 500 kits sitting right in front of me right now that are going to be sent off to Amazon next week. They're all varieties of QRP and 20-watt kits. So
Okay,
those will be going out soon.
So there are more than 10 Pacenna mini end-feds in stock right now. I am dropping my link for DX Engineering. I apologize, it's going to take you to the ID50, but if you search for Pacenna once you get to the website,
Oh,
there
got
you go.
that DX Engineering affiliate. I haven't signed up for that yet.
I do.
They emailed me, and I ignored it. I've been ignoring all my emails since like before Christmas.
I've been really
Do they
bad,
have the
too.
linked? Do they have the linked? Because that's kind of.
They have the wire. Well, the wire is linked. So this is a very good question. Okay, so let's look at this. So because
there's just a Pacenna Mini 49-to-1 end-fed half-wave.
But does
it's
the
a 20
Pacenna
meter.
Mini terminate with the link? Does it terminate with the plug?
So if you just get a Pacenna, now I don't know. Although George did just send me 3 more Pacenna end-fed halfways. But I modify all of mine. I take the wire off and do my own linked thing. The Pacenna, my first Pacenna was a 20-meter end-fed that came long, and you needed to trim it to where you wanted it to be resonant.
Mm-hmm.
The Pacenna linked should just be tuned so you'll have a half-wave element for 14 megahertz, and then you link it, and then you have another half for 7 megahertz. So if they're all linked together, 65, 66 feet, whatever, you get for 40, 20, 15, and 10.
Okay, so maybe you'll know this better because of the. Oh no, I know what it is. Okay, I got it figured out. Okay, so they currently have the PT101 in stock, which is the random wire antenna, which you would need a tuner
that's
for
the
that.
9-to-1.
Your FTDX10 will tune it up. It's fine. 9-to-1. But if you go back, right, if you scroll down to the end-fed, the EFHW 2010, that is a 20 and 10 meter end-fed half wave. But if you look at the end, that is a plug link for a miniature banana plug connection. So then you could take another length of wire and get that up to 40.
Well, they should sell the add-on wire for that.
I don't see it yet. It's not. They don't have it. They don't have it. But they also, by the way,
Then
I
go
am
to
a big fan of his choke.
Pacenna.com.
His choke is good too. That choke is really good.
But that's how I started doing the linked end feds, because I just came as a 20, and I stole Pacenna's idea for his linked dipole, and I just turned the 20 meter, because he never made a 40 meter end fed halfway. It was always just 20. So I just took the little S-beaners and everything, and the banana clit and the banana plugs, because he sent me all that stuff, and I just added 10 more meters of wire, and I had a 40-20 linked end fed half wave. Mm-hmm. But now I make links for like 12 and 17 and 30 and whatever. Yeah.
This is a really wild. Wait, so Adam, help me out here. Why does it wind up the opposite way you set up your antennas? Can you explain that? I don't understand.
Yeah, because I always want to pick my operating position first and start the antenna there. So I like to have the antenna wound up when I wind it up from the end of the wire to the feed point. So I can unwind it from the feed point, from where my operating position is, out to where I want the end of the wire to be. Because I don't really care exact.
I never thought
That's
about
a brilliant idea.
I never thought about that, but yeah, you're totally right.
So that's why I built my antenna the way I did, and why I built my winders the way I did. So you can do it that way, because it's just, an extra 30 seconds or minute quicker for me to set it up.
I'm literally building a linked dipole at SOTA Beam's clone right now, and I'm winding it from the ends because that makes sense. But what Adam just said about the end fed half wave, winding it from the feed point first, would save me a trip from the feed point to where I'm going to go to the mast and then back.
It totally
I didn't even
does.
Think about that. Yeah,
that's why they pay you the big bucks.
That's exactly how I use it too. Is I sit down, I set up the radio, set up the station, I plug in your antenna. It's on the winder, so it's the last thing that clips in, because the clip has the spot to hold the unun. Clips into the radio, and then I just walk the winder out with my pole or whatever, and then boom, 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 and then that's it.
That's why they call Adam the Wizard.
You're right. Sometimes you don't even think about that. You just do it, and you don't even think about it.
It just makes so much sense. I'm sitting here.
Wait a minute. How are you retrieving it, Adam?
You bring down your.
I walk the other way. Yeah, I walk out to the end of the antenna. I have my 6 or 10 feet of Spectra fishing line or cord on the end, and I grab my winder out of my pocket. I start winding from the end and walk all the way back to my radio, and my antenna's wound up.
Your winders aren't connected to the toroid, though.
Yeah, they just come off.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's why you don't connect the antenna or the winder to the toroid, because it prevents you from being able to do that. But my winders have a clip. My winders have a clip for the matching unit to clip into the winder when you're done winding it up. So,
yes,
it's there.
I have one. You know what? My 3D printer is not doing anything. I need to print another one of those.
I do love your winders with the incorporated clip. It makes it very easy.
It is the benchy of hams.
You know the other benefit
of the benchy of hams.
The benchy of hams. That's great.
The other benefit of Adam's antennas is they're not ridiculously overpriced. Like, it seems every end-fed half wave around these days is over $100, which just seems it's a lot.
Well, yeah, but you got to understand there's costs into making them. Adam's selling a kit. You got to do all of the labor is on you.
And I don't include the wire, and the wire is a significant cost, and I would love to include wire, and I could for probably like $40, but I just don't have the time to cut and wind up 70-foot pieces of wire to put in every
Go
kit.
to SOTA Beams, order their 100-meter roll of the SOTA Beams 26 gauge wire. It's like $11-12, and then you pay like $17-18 in shipping from England. Order it, forget you ordered it, and 2 weeks later you'll have 100 meters of fantastic antenna wire in your mailbox.
And Adam, you don't do the. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Didn't mean to. Well, you don't sell the winder either, right?
No, I don't sell them. I sold them for a little bit on Amazon, but they're posted for free on printables. I'll post the link here in the chat.
Yeah. No, it was just that I've talked to Ape and Chuck about this, and their biggest cost is in the winders, not in the wire.
Oh yeah,
wire is easy for them to get.
Yeah, but they're having theirs like injection molded or something. Not injection molded, but they're having theirs commercially made. We're just talking about 3D printing it for like
3D printing is
filament at home.
Yeah, 3D printing is a lot of work, and of course, if you're at home all the time, Mike, then I can't do it because I'm not at home.
Adam,
so
what's your link for the for that really thin wire that was like off of Temu or something like that? Do you still use that stuff? 'Cause I got 2 rolls of that stuff, and that's actually not bad, and it's super tiny.
I got a couple thousand feet sitting right here.
So this is even smaller than, it's thinner than Polystealth, and the other wires, it's like way small.
Yeah, and wire is a trade-off, right? You trade off break strength for diameter, and you trade weight for diameter and break strength. But there's some pretty good. Let's see here. Here's another antenna winder. There's some pretty good wire on AliExpress. It's used to be what was it? PTFE insulated. I don't know if that's still available. But I would go down to 30 gauge for my ultralight tiny kits. But typically they're 28 or 26 gauge, and that works really well for portable antennas. Like the Pacenna wire is, I think, 26 gauge Polystealth, which is from Davis RF, and it's really good stuff. That stuff's copper clad steel. It's got a break strength of like 27 pounds. But the AliExpress stuff breaks at probably 8 pounds for 26 gauge. So it's a bit lighter.
Polystealth is phenomenal stuff.
It really is. Yeah, that's my go-to that I recommend people get. If you let's see, I did find the link to the AliExpress wire.
The Ollie wire. I'll pull it up because
it's
Adam, I'm just curious.
Cheap and pretty good stuff.
I have a question. So as an RF engineer, somebody who's design systems that have larger diameters, but there is a very different so there's got to be some performance difference between, or at least between Q and bandwidth between, say, 12 gauge and 30 gauge. I've only used 30 gauge once, where I tied a bobbin. It was from an unused motor or something. I used to toss it off of a ledge on a hike that I used to do up in the Berkshires, and whatever the length was, if the KX3 liked it, that's what it was. It was a lot of fun. It was like a 800-foot cliff, and you were smelling August if you fell off. But so you just toss as much as you could over the side, and away you went. But I'm just curious if you've actually seen performance differences between, say, 30 gauge and something like 12.
Short answer, no. Long answer, I think once you get down, where your length to diameter ratio is so large, I guess, and in that direction, or diameter to length ratio is so small, that making it a little bit smaller just doesn't really make that much of a difference until you start to encounter resistive losses.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm going. Yeah, because between 12 and 30, it's significant.
But I don't think it's significant enough to really see much of a difference. So here's a little story. I ordered a couple spools, like 2,000 meters of this AliExpress wire a while back, and they sent me the wrong wire. I paid for 26 gauge. They sent me what I'm pretty sure is 36 gauge. So so I submitted
That's better than wire wrap.
Yeah. Oh, it's like thread. I submitted my my refund claim, and of course it comes from China, so they don't want it back. But they give me a partial refund and say keep the wire, and that's part of the gamble of doing business with AliExpress. I reordered and got my 26 gauge and so on and so forth. But now I've got a couple thousand meters of 36 gauge wire. So what am I going to do? I'm going to build antennas with it, of course. So I did, and make a long story short, it works. I haven't done side-by-side comparisons with 26 gauge or other wires, but it worked just like I expected it to, and seemed to work just fine. You can see me using that wire in my 1 pound POTA challenge video.
Yeah, that's how
I
we did
literally
it.
made an 80 meter end fed halfway with 36 gauge wire.
Wow.
That
Don't
fits
breathe
in the palm
on
of
it.
your hand. Well, yeah, I measured the brakes. I measured the brake strength, and it was like about a pound, maybe a pound and a half. So you can't put much tension in it, and that's really where things get more iffy, is when you risk breaking your antenna just trying to set it up.
Yeah, but Adam, when you're on top of a mountain with the lightweight gear that you use, I would imagine that 36 gauge wire, much as a spider kind of just ejects its silk when it's a little baby to fly off to other lands.
Where's Charlotte?
Where's Charlotte? Picture you doing your antenna with your Altoids tin CW radio.
It's a hell of a visual.
That's why I don't use the 36 gauge wire in my normal antennas. So the 26 and 28 and even 30 gauge wire is usable, and I don't feel like I'm risking breaking it every second that I'm setting it up. So that's what I'd suggest. 26, 28, maybe 30 gauge. I actually reached out to Davis RF and pursued potentially getting some 28 or 30 gauge poly stealth custom made, but the volumes and stuff that I would need to order just weren't worth it for me right now. So but yeah, I think there's a niche market for that.
So as a funsies, I pulled out my this is the SOTA beams wire. So this is 26, I'm guessing 26 gauge. And I've got the AliExpress 30 gauge wire that Adam had shown or talked about. And so there's the difference between the diameters on those. Like you can see that hopefully on the video. Get you a clear spot of the blue against it for better contrast. But yeah, we're not talking about these are not thick wires. And that's 30, so you can imagine what 36 gauge would have been like. Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
I think I used 36 as bodge wire under the microscope.
I think I used 36 gauge for my sprinkler setup. That's like sprinkler wire. Or like telecom wire, like old telecom wire. That's kind of what it reminds me of too.
Yeah, it's usually like 24 or 26.
Yeah. How do you even strip that without just breaking it?
You have to use your teeth. You need the precision of your teeth.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Teeth, exactly.
You need
You
that
should
nail
own a
clipper.
set of thermal strippers.
You need some floss. You just use it as floss, and you get in
If
there,
you
and that's
rub
what
it
strips
hard
it.
enough, it'll come off. Twist it in your fingers.
Yeah, seriously, it's like fly line tippet. That's kind of what it's like. It's like tippet. That's exactly what it is.
You can.
I'm going to throw in
fly fishing too.
I'm going to throw in my 2 cents on the Pacenna, because I actually have that exact antenna with the KMRD mod, and that's what I use all the time with my FTX one. It is probably the greatest antenna I own, and I've had a lot of those loaded coils over the years, and I hate them. That Pacenna is just amazing.
Oh, it is. Well, I mean, I don't know that. I don't know. I will tell you that every time, I think statistically, I think there might have been one time where we didn't, so I don't want to be inaccurate, but every time George dropped a hot, fresh batch of end feds that I was at the same time or relatively the same time that we went live, he sold out of them every episode, like every time.
We've
are
done that a couple times.
Everybody in the live
fantastic
stream
antennas. It's happened multiple live streams where he drops them and it coincides roughly with my live stream. We post the link and they are gone by the end of the live stream because they are that good of an antenna. They are just they're good. They are good.
Yeah, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard, they're gone.
They're gone. Cracks me up, man.
George actually thought that there was something wrong with his website because he put them up at like 8 o'clock at night. You said at 9:30 there's 100 antennas available, and by 11 o'clock they were gone. And he thought somebody actually went in and messed with his website and was fucking with his inventory.
So funny. It's so funny. Yeah. No, legit. That's legit. I need to run to the restroom. You guys talk amongst yourselves for a second. I will be right back. I'm giving you a lot of faith right here. So, I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about while I'm gone?
Hey, especially Adam, if you're doing,
you guys talk. Steve and Adam, go. Perfect. Good. Go.
If you're doing stripping in bulk, if you're doing stripping in bulk, or you're doing any type of large assembly stuff or frequent assembly stuff, a set of thermal strippers, and I've seen them on eBay and some other surplus places, relatively inexpensive. The TRW one and the Hot Weezers, if you can find them. In some industries, that's what we require to have a non-abrasive or non-mechanical separation of the insulation from the conductor to ensure integrity. But boy, it makes quick work of Teflon or any other plutonium oxide covered wire that you could find. And it just makes it go so much quicker. I threw a picture of one in the chat.
Okay, I'll check it out. Very cool. Yeah, that's that sounds handy. I don't do that much assembly because I'm mostly putting parts in baggies, but yeah, that's very tempting. I know Brooks WB6EDK showed me I think it was a magnet wire stripper that he had. That was a pretty slick deal too. I was jealous of that.
Is it the one with the rotating stones? It has the 2 stones or 3 stones inside. You just put the wire in, you hit it for a second, and it comes out like perfectly polished. Yeah, I have one of those. I have a German one that was I cannot even find it 30 years later, but boy, you'd have to pry it out of my cold dead hands, especially with the polyamide coated, like the thermalese coated stuff. It's just almost impossible to strip.
Well, now that I'm getting the comments on the 28 or whatever that is gauge wire in the chat there, I gotta get a picture of this 36 gauge wire here too.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding. I have a wire wrap gun from 1982 that I think takes 36 gauge wire.
That's crazy.
And I still have a spool of it left. So yeah, I think I use it as bodge wire.
I think if you just yell at it hard enough, the shield just flies off of it.
Yeah, this is at least stranded, so it's real flexible, and
that's good.
I really do like the PTFE insulation. That's
for
nice
sure.
Stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen stranded. I've only seen solid in that diameter. That's got to be like cat's whisker material.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh, look at that! That's insane. Yeah, that's thread. That's
geez.
Thread. I'll do a hem with that. Let me put. It looks like a bobbin on steroids.
I'm gonna put this back in here so you guys can see it. So hold on. This is 36 gauge wire. It barely even shows up on the. That's great.
It disappears in his hand.
I actually have some. If I look, I could go down. I have some 38 gauge. That's even finer, but wow, that's insane.
Did you check to see how much they sold that for? Just curiosity. Would it be more than the 26? Would it be more than the 26 he ordered?
Oh, no, all that AliExpress wire is really
I think
cheap.
it was a little bit cheaper. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering because I thought, to me, that looks like it would be much more difficult to make. But
so is the red spool the 30, Adam?
You'd think. Yeah, I think that red is the 30. I've got a spool of I think it's 28 here. I'd have to go back and look at my order date to see which one's which. But the red one was 30. I've got another red here that I think is a 28, and then some remnants of the 26 spool here.
So what's hilarious about this? So this is the 36 gauge one. So what's hilarious is if you start treating your antenna wire like you would enameled wire for rolling a toroid, where you're using a lighter to cook the shield off of it. I don't know, man. I don't know. But at some point, yeah, you're just gonna heat it off. Just take it off with heat. That's hilarious.
Yeah, not the PTFE insulation does not come off with heat very well at all. It's a very high temp insulation.
Oh, it's PTF? So, okay, never mind. Yeah. That's literally what it's designed for. And then Steve with the hot tip of hot tweezers hot tweezers. Yep. I never understood. So, okay, I gotta bring this up for a second. So the Xtenna, copyright by Jay Andrews. Did George just not make a copyright or something? Like, the Xtenna is just a copy of the Pacenna, right?
I blasted the Xtenna in my video for just being a legit
just a blatant copy. Right? It is, right? And then they're saying like, oh, copyright from Jay Andrews. It's like, bro, just because you copyright George.
He added the
switch.
Taps.
Yeah, he added the switch.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, I have used the Xtenna a lot. It's a good antenna.
To be fair.
But the Xtenna, and I'm going to call them out, even though they're my friends, the Coffee and Ham Radio guys, all their antenna winder design, like they're all ripping off of George's Pacenna design.
Yeah.
Like that design didn't exist with just the wire winder until George made the Pacenna.
Yep.
So
that's why you get patents.
That's what it is. What it is, but they're all copying the Pacenna.
They are.
That's the point. And the Pacenna is the original. The Pacenna is the best, and that's why I, who own all of these NFET half waves, use a Pacenna. It's not the only reason, but.
So I just want everybody to consider this for a second. So this is Adam's winder, and Adam has gone through, I don't even know how many revisions of his winder, but this is the one that actually is like just chef's kiss. It's so good. So the antenna is that BNC connector. He's just showing you that because that's like how you store it. But the BNC connector comes off with the unun. The BNC connector clips in your radio, and then you just walk out with the winder. You just walk it out to where your mount point's going to be, and then you just hoist it up with a mast or whatever, throw it in a tree. That's it. That's all this is. Like, for people that couldn't visualize it, that's the visualization. That's a perfect visualization. So I love that.
Yeah, and you know, there a lot of people design we'll say suboptimal winders too. I've gone through a variety of iterations on winder designs. And you'll notice a couple things about my winder design. The legs that the wire wraps around.
That's it.
You'll notice that the angles are pretty steep, right? They're not pointed out to the sides. They're pointed almost straight down, maybe a 20-25 degree angle. And that makes a big difference in how easy the wire slides off the winder, which is what you want when you're trying to quickly deploy your antenna. The other thing that makes a difference is the shape of the gap in between those legs, and making it kind of square and straight like that allows the wire to just wrap across in that figure 8 pattern without having like a big beer belly that hangs out and tries to kind of push the wire off the winder. So both of those are kind of just really key features to, in my opinion, what makes a good winder.
Yeah, I'm looking at your 1 pound POTA challenge, and you have the old style winder on this, and you can tell the difference with the big sweeping legs, and then you get that belly in the middle. Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
that's literally what was the big separation with the new. And you can see it when you're rolling out the antenna right here. I'm showing it. The teeter totter that the winder's doing. Like you're literally holding on a Velcro strap. Watch the winder. See how it's like teeter-tottering? The wire's not coming off. He has to pull it from his hand. With the new style, you just walk away and it just comes off of the winder. It doesn't fall off. It's intentionally coming off. So it's an incredible design. It's a very good design.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you get like a use patent for that design and then go after people? I mean, I think the reason George doesn't go after anybody is because it's expensive to do that.
It is.
Because George is a nice person.
George is an unbelievable
first and foremost, and yeah, I can't speak for him, but I'm only
as is Adam.
Yeah.
George is a nice person, and he wanted to do something for the ham radio community. And, 8 or so years ago, whenever he started Pacenna, it was just a small thing. And now it's, as we've all gotten Pacennas and talked about them more and how great they are, other people see the benefits of their physical attributes and have blatantly ripped them off. Does it miff George? Yeah, I'm sure it does. But at the end of the day, Gerald Ford invented the assembly line for cars. And then everyone else did the same thing.
The president?
Ford?
Harold Ford.
Henry.
Yeah.
Henry Ford.
Henry Ford. Excuse me.
It was so close.
Excuse me. It's
I
some
think
guy named Ford.
Needs a couple more beers.
Yeah.
It'd be difficult to go after someone for patent infringement.
I'm an idiot.
Nobody breaks anybody's balls in here.
Comment?
Yeah. Yes, it's very difficult to do.
Like, I mean, it's a novel design, but there's only so many ways you can make a winder on an antenna.
Right, but the Pacenna is also a PCB. Like, nobody was doing that.
Comment?
Now they all are.
Wait, but
Not
Eric,
all
Eric,
of them.
wait, Eric, you're right. You're right. That's why George probably didn't do it. But this other guy, with his antenna, did make copyright, right? So I mean, he's so he's doing it. George isn't doing it.
He's not patenting the design. A copyright is a name.
Copyright
I get it.
The external looks a lot like it, especially with the PCB.
It's
but
copy. Yeah.
not all, like all the ones that are X's. I wouldn't say all of them are a copy. Like at a certain point, like it's just kind of how things are done, and especially like
after they've been seen as successful over many years, whether you want to call it a copy or take an inspiration from. I quote Johnny Ive, one of the former developers of Apple, and I think this is the greatest quote one of the greatest quotes I've probably read. Everybody says imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Johnny Ive said, no, it's stealing.
I think if you go back further, they said, what was it? Good artists copy, great artists.
Great artists steal.
Like
yeah.
And if you go back even further,
you're ripping off the design.
Thou shalt not steal.
The other factor
Stealing
is
not good.
We're in an industry dominated by stuff made in China where you can't sue realistically for copyright infringement.
All right, we're not going down the politics rabbit hole.
power.
We're talking about antennas.
No, I'm just saying, like, that, not political. It's like, you can't use U.S. law in a different country. It doesn't work.
All right. They handed me a spring roll, so I'm chowing down a little bit. All right.
Can I have some?
Oh, it's so good. I don't even have the dipping sauce, so. All right, I'm going to pause here because I'm at the point now where the family's home, so we have to start thinking about hopping off of here in a minute. So, let's say hi to some of our YouTube friends. I'm going to hop in here for a second.
I am Dominique.
So joining us today, we've got a number of people. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Oh my God. Hold on.
Don't choke.
Don't.
Josh, please don't die.
He's choking.
Oh my
You're
God.
not allowed to die on stream.
His kids are just going to sit there watching him choke too. Don't help at all.
What did I inhale?
But I bet they're videoing it.
No, it's not spicy.
I got a question on that Pacenna.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and ask your back question while I figure out who's all here.
Do you need a antenna analyzer for if you get one of those?
Nope.
That's a great question. I don't know because I bastardize all of my Pacennas when I get them. My early experience is yes, they come long and you need to trim them, but I feel if you buy specifically the Pacenna linked end fed half wave, you probably shouldn't. If you buy the Pacenna 9-to-1 random wire, it's a random wire and just use it because it needs a tuner. And I don't know about just the Pacenna like 20 meter 2010 end fed half wave. I suspect you'd probably have to tune that because they ship them with a little bit longer wire, so you can kind of tune it to, if you want the CW portion, you want the phone portion, or if you just want to put it like right in the middle as us extras do.
At least on the extension for the 40 meter part, if you want to add the extension, it does say that you do need to trim it for your frequency.
Yeah.
I can actually answer that because I bought mine probably about a year and a half ago. The 20 and 10 is tuned to residence. It does not need any tuning at all. So it's ready to rock and roll right out of the box.
All right, perfect. Appreciate it.
Screw you, Jody.
I love it. Admit that's funny.
I'm dying. See, this is what happens in when you make yourself like a public figure. They scrutinize everything. Gerald Ford, Henry Ford, whatever.
Iceberg, Goldberg, it's all the same.
Oh, that's good. That's good. My stomach hurts from laughing so hard, Jody. That is a good one.
I'm right here. Can you hear me? I have a Pacenna, and it is it is an everyday carry. It's in my flight bag. It's the one I carry with me. I don't use it every day, but I have it with me every day. Well, based on tonight's inspiration, I'm sitting here in the Marriott, and I am playing with fire and infringing on copyrights. No, seriously. I'm playing with the I set a goal to learn more about SMD soldering and get better at it and be able to do it. So I've had a sample book, an assortment book for quite a while, and I have it with me, and I have a couple of projects where I'm going to practice with them. And I've been watching videos, and I've got the assembled gear, a hot workstation, finer tips, flat blade tips. So I'm kind of excited, motivated about that. Let's see. I finished a couple of projects that I've been working on. I've been playing a little bit with Halo Wi-Fi, and that's about it. Nerddom. I've been nerding out.
Excellent. I love that. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. All right. Next is Chris, Radio and Life. Are you there, buddy? Chris might have hopped off. Oh, wait.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Yep. What's going on, man?
I did a hour live stream POTA today, and just played on 15 meters, but I took the 706 Mark II-G out and had some fun with that. And I also did a short this week on the RFI issue in my neighborhood. I'm going to be doing a deeper dive on that over the next couple of weeks and trying to produce a couple of videos off of that. But that's all for now in the nice cold weather of Wisconsin.
Yeah, no joke. There you go.
Comment.
Go ahead, comment.
Hey, Chris, turn the RFI down, or RF gain down a little bit on the radio as you play.
I will try to do that, or try to remember how to do that. But yeah, I'll work on that.
All right. Next, Don N5SKT. I know he's in the house. What's going on, man? Oh, I think I skipped somebody. I'll come back. Go ahead, Don.
Oh, I don't see him in the Discord.
Oh, he's okay. So, Grayman Poda, are you there? What's going on, buddy?
God, I'm here. You scared me, Josh.
Well, no, Frank's not here, so I'm on my own today. So I'm
man. Oh, doing good. Just enjoying the last couple of days of vacation before I head back into the office. Not looking forward to that, but doing some 7300 Mark II content and getting some more videos out on that. I will be live streaming in 9 hours from the park too.
Right on. Cool. You can check his channel out. I am on my own for dropping the link, so I'm doing that now. Oh, no, wait, who's doing it? Jody's doing it. Thank you, Jody. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much for that. All right, then next is Adam, K6ARK. How's it going, dude?
It is going well. I actually posted a video a couple week and a half ago of remote SOTA activation. I just posted a link in the chat. And I also posted there a link. Oh, I guess I broke the link to the the SOTA activation. But I posted a link to something you guys probably don't usually get to see, the making sausage side of things. A draft version of what'll most likely be my next video. Motorcycle SOTA video up a local peak here, taking my dual sport bike up a local peak. The final cut of the video will likely be 5 or 10 minutes shorter. So if you like motorcycle riding videos, take a look at that one and you may enjoy it.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, that's what's going on with me. And kits, QRP and 20-watt kits will be sent to Amazon likely Monday or Tuesday, so they should be available to order in the near future again.
And where do people find your what was the long form video for the motorcycle POTA? Where was it? Or SOTA?
It's linked. Yeah, it's linked in. I posted just above Jody's post for my YouTube channel there. The Black Moto SOTA is the link there. So check it out and enjoy it. Send me a comment or a direct message there. It's actually an unlisted video, so you won't find it anywhere other than this chat.
And that's what is a sheep hole?
Oh, that's the other one. That's my last video that I actually posted. What the heck is a sheep hole?
Oh, I don't see the other one then. Where's the other link?
It shows up in the chat and right above Jody's message there. Do you not see it?
I've got too many chats open right now.
Black Moto SOTA.
Scott just posted it again.
Oh, I found it. Okay. Yeah.
The link.
Let's see if that pops up. There it is. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, it was a fun challenge trying to figure out, learning 360 cam editing. That was step one.
Yeah.
It's actually, I have a good workflow for it, so hit me up if you're curious. And then figuring out how to do audio while riding a motorcycle. That was the other challenge. So.
Okay.
But yeah, let me know what you think. So
good shots too. I like the focus changes too. The focus shifts are nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it is fun.
Look at that. All right. I have to. Okay, I'm leaving that as a teaser. You guys go watch that. That's the full and it's unlisted. So you guys are watching this before anybody else. So go check it out and let
That's right.
Let Adam know what.
Let Adam know what exclusive.
I love that.
That's right. Enjoy, you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks,
right
Josh,
on.
for hosting the stream.
Absolutely. Did Don come back? Somebody mentioned Don for a second. Is Don back? Oh no, he's not. Okay.
Don is not back.
Oh, he's in the chat. Discord app will not let me start when I launch it. It just kind of went away. You got to restart, Don. Oh no, man. Oh no. I don't like
that.
I don't like to see
you with a Mac.
Yeah. I didn't break it. I didn't have anything to do with I don't know why I would have anything to do with Don's computer going away. But next is Mike KMRD. What's going on, man?
Hey, what did I do? What's going on, everyone?
Yeah, dude, we got Hamvention coming up here soon. Got those all that stuff squared away. I swear I'm thinking I don't know if I'm pitching this to you, but I'm thinking February. I got to pick a month, and it can't be January, where the videos are only going to be CW related videos. I got to bump my receive capability up. I got to get to the full operation. That's where I want to be.
If we had time at any ham fest that we went to, Huntsville would probably be it.
Mm-hmm.
For the two of us to get together to try to make like one CW content. Well, you're better at CW than I am.
But I don't
maybe maybe we could do like I'll send and you receive, because I can send ish, but I can't do the decode part so well. Like I'll get a couple letters maybe, but that's it. So I don't know. I want to do CW. That's the last horizon for me in ham radio. I love keys. I have, oh God, I don't know how many CW keys I own, but I'm infatuated with them. They're just such neat little gizmos.
Right. Yeah.
I have two sitting in front of me on my shack, on my 7610. I have a Vibroplex paddle and I have a Lionel J38 straight key, both connected to my radio right now. So like if a buddy of mine, like say like N8YO is out there and he's doing a CW POTA, if he's not on 6 meters, I'll work him because I can do like da 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 da, right? And then I can say like, you are HNN in Texas, right? I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I want to do CW, but it's kind of, it's like when I got my tech, I thought I was good. And then after a while, you're like, well, I'm talking to some friends on the repeaters and they're like, dude, wait till you get on HF. You got to get upgraded to general.
Right.
But they weren't pressuring. They were just kind of planting those seeds, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So now, like, I'm an extra, a no-code extra, and an appliance operator. But now it's like, and I'm a VE. We've done all that. So CW is kind of like the final chapter.
Mm.
It's not, but it's kind of like, because you'll never end doing stuff in ham radio. It's a never-ending chasm. So I don't know, maybe one day. But the thing is, like, when I wanted to upgrade to general, like, I got that bug. I'm like, I need it. Mm-hmm. And then when I studied for extra, that's a big freaking question pool.
Yeah.
You have that. The only thing that can do it is you. You have to have that personal motivation. No one's going to do it for you. Mm-hmm. No one's going to do it for me anyway, other than myself. So it's like, and I just haven't gotten there yet where I'm like, all right, I need to just buckle down. And I'm a lifetime member of Long Island CW Club.
Yeah.
So whenever that time comes, and I talk to the Long Island CW Club guys at every ham fest. They're like the nicest guys in the world.
Yeah, indeed.
Like straight up. But it just hasn't, like, that bug hasn't bit me enough to just be like, I'm going to buckle down and do the C-dubs, the bleeps and bloops. So maybe one year, maybe one day. Merry New Year. Look at that. On the YouTubes there.
Yeah. Merry New Year.
So yeah, that's what's going on. What's going on with you, buddy? You doing a live stream or something? What are you doing?
Too much, dude. This last 2 weeks, I mean, I was off. We get a Christmas break off, but I swear it just was nonstop. It was.
Don't they call that
crazy.
a government shutdown?
No, I wasn't. I mean, I guess, yeah.
I kid.
But an actual period of time that is off away from work, you get so few of those. Yeah, it's just. I swear, I did more holiday things and didn't get to play much radio at all. It was just so busy with everything else, family related. I guess that's what happens when your kids get older. So, I think that's the inevitable fate is that the kids just consume you. Right? He was in here earlier, just started tearing up the show and started holding the thing in front of the microphone. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to do the live stream. I'm like, get out of here. Jesus.
Last few weeks, yeah, kind of the end of the stream. They're like, Dad, let's go.
No, he just did it right now. I kicked him out of here because he was like literally putting the volume up next to me while I'm coughing my lungs out. And he's like, oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? It's like, bro, calm down. I'm dying. Hold on. I had to kick him out of here. But that's kind of how it goes, I guess. But
that's great. You know what's funny? I was just thinking earlier today about how long you've been doing this. And I remembered, this is literally today I was thinking about this, when your live streams were on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to really enjoy coming home from work on Friday. And then 2 hours later at 7 o'clock Eastern time then. Maybe it was 8. No, it was 8 o'clock Eastern time. Josh would come on. And then at some point you're like, all right, stuff's going on. We're switching to Saturdays. And I was like, now I have to change things. I don't know. I just had feelings about it. But now it's like you're doing this every Saturday for I'm sure a lot of us did. We had to change our schedules, damn it.
Yeah, I know.
Because we enjoy.
He's been holding on to this for a while, guys. He's finally.
No, this is literally just like I'm taking a piss. I'm taking a pish, as Howard Stern would say. And it's just it's funny. We're in the new year. We might as well reminisce.
Yeah.
These live streams used to be on Friday night. Now they're on Saturday, and it took. I am a person who generally embraces change. That one was a little bit hard for me, personally.
I was personally offended by your choices.
No, I wasn't offended. I was just like, damn it, now I gotta do other things. So now the TLDR is I'm glad you're still doing what you're doing. And as much as you and I are friends, Josh, I will always be a fan first.
Oh, come on.
And I love watching your streams, and I love getting together with all of us who are here. And it's just your videos make our Saturday nights very enjoyable. So
well, you're incredibly kind. Thank you, Mike, and thank you for all you do too. It's incredible. I just saw your video too. Oh my god, 130 views, 130K views on that flashlight. Holy crap, dude!
Dude, I've never had a video take off like that.
That's nuts.
I was just looking at my analytics today, and my channel is it is what it is. But I've always pined for can I just have a video that just explodes?
Yeah,
in ham radio. It's never happened.
Yeah.
Ever.
Okay.
The closest thing was my second G90 Willet antenna video. That one kind of took off.
Oh, the shopping cart.
No, after that.
Oh, okay.
After that. I did another one. This freaking Olight video. So I'm like, should I just be a flashlight channel? I have a new flashlight from Woobin that I filmed some of it last night. I got to film the rest tomorrow. I don't want to be a flashlight channel, but holy crap. It was at 120,000 yesterday.
Yeah.
Now it's at 129. And I just posted that video, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
That's crazy. That's great. That's fantastic.
But I want to do that with ham radio. I love flashlights. I've always been a flashlight nerd since I'm a little kid. They just, for some reason, I'm mollified by flashlights. But
your 3D printing. Your 3D printing.
I'm not
video
3D printing
like
a ham radio, Paul. No, my 3D printing video did nothing. Nobody cares about multiboard. The video I just posted yesterday.
I thought that was a good video.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. But the rest of the world didn't. I don't care. It's got like 1,000 views. Who cares?
No, it's like 4,000 right now.
Is it?
Multi-board?
Whatever.
Yeah, that's good. 3 days
For what
ago?
it's worth, I enjoy your stuff.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that people enjoy it, but it's like the numbers. Listen, I'm a sales guy. The numbers don't lie. So 4,000 views, that's good. I haven't looked at the analytics for that. But when I saw, but then you see like, because I do YouTube for a living, so then you see like this flashlight video has like 100 and some odd, like, I mean, I made, I don't know, a couple $100 from it. It's not much, but when you take that and then all the 1,000 other videos that I have, that we have, whatever, it's I don't know where I'm going with that. I was trying to end with this complimenting you, but then
Thank you. I thank you very much. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it.
Josh and I will be sharing Two Queens again at the Florida Hamcation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too early to talk about that. Book your flights now. I just booked my flight a week or so ago. And I hope to see you at Florida Hamcation.
I will.
What else do we need to talk about? Nothing. There's got to be someone else more important. Mark is there. Is that?
Mark's
the
next.
Boondock
Mark's
Echo
next.
guy?
Yeah. We got 2 Marks, but the first Mark is Boondock Echo. How's it going, man?
Yeah, go to him. He's better than me.
Thank you, Mark.
Bollocks.
Thank you, Mike.
Bollocks, Mike. But I am glad you're back, man, because one of my favorite things to do is complain about having to go after you. So thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're good. Kind of everybody had family stuff during the last week, so we didn't get too much done. But we did have an idea for some passive YouTube marketing where we do some live transcription of police, fire, or air, and put it on screen, show some graphics, and show the transcription, and just let it run for 12 hours at a time, and then reset and do it all again, just to let some people see what Boondock can do live.
I'm curious how that goes. Yeah, I keep going with that and let us know, because I think that'll be fun.
Well, we really have no idea how it will go or not. But
I like the fun project idea, though.
Right?
Yeah.
The MVP works now, and it's React.js, so you guys could really load any web page. It doesn't really matter on some old computer. Load it on your YouTube channel and just let it go. See if people start watching. So that could be a web SDR, the Kiwis, the Limes. Could be your radio. Could be a lot of different things.
Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah. Well, right on. Anything you need to mention?
Nah, you guys are great. We'll hopefully have something more exciting next week.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Next is SOTA Plus. Mark Knight, how you doing, man?
Man, how you doing, Josh? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a couple of hours, right, since we talked.
That's exactly right. I mean, as you know, I've been somewhat sucked into the rabbit hole of spurious emissions testing.
Yes.
And it's remarkably relaxing. I don't know. Something about just looking at a plot and thinking about it real hard and then testing some more is it's a good way to spend some time. It's good vacation.
It's definitely been an interesting journey on how little we collectively know if we're not deep into that space, to be honest, right? Like it's a real you gotta know a lot before you just start going around like, just saying, yeah, that's how it is, guys. This is how it is. Like there's some thought that goes behind all this stuff.
There is, and what's cool is that there's people who really do know stuff. So that's been fun. That's been taking some of my time.
How about what's going on with you, though?
By the way, can I just say how relaxing?
Yeah.
Well, on the channel specifically, we are about to drop a video on what it is like to activate a SOTA peak in Australia.
Yes, I'm very excited about this. Yeah.
So I've been fighting with DaVinci Resolve all day. I just got it to work. The video will be uploaded in 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
So look for that. It's not like North America. I think that's my main takeaway is we have it easy here in California.
Okay.
Yes, we do. So that's going to be coming soon. The other thing I think is worth mentioning is the 2026 SOTA challenge has officially dropped.
Oh.
And my guess is most people don't know about this yet.
I've never heard this yet. So what is this?
So every other year, the Summits on the Air program creates a challenge to push people to extend their operating beyond where their comfort limits are.
Okay.
And this year, much to my excitement, it is the weak signal modes on 2 meters and 70 centimeters. So CW and single sideband.
So weak signal Summits on the Air activation.
On 2 meters and 70 centimeters.
Wow. Okay.
And so what you may not have been following, but I am so excited about, is we now have reverse beacon nodes in Los Angeles for 2 meter CW. So if you key down on 2 meter CW in Los Angeles, you will actually get picked up by the RBN because of the SOTA challenge.
Oh, no way. So you're going to do, okay, so when I hear weak signal, I always think single sideband for some reason, but you're saying CW as well counts for this.
And this goes right back to Kate MRD. Kate MRD, buddy, is this your year? Let's get some CW going, because there are going to be more 2 meter CW contacts made in 2026 than the entire rest of my life.
So that means you can't be on FM though, right? So you're going to have to use something other than
you can still get a contact on FM. You still get a contact, but it doesn't count for the challenge.
Oh, no, wait. But if just because your Quancheng is in FM, you're still transmitting in CW with it. So that still counts because that's still CW.
Quancheng is real CW.
Yeah, so that counts. You can totally activate with the Quancheng on 2 meter CW, and that counts.
100%. And the fact that the Quancheng can do CW was actually one of the factors that led to this challenge.
I
Because
had
now
a
it's
feeling.
affordable.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Mark, are you suggesting that I need to come to California this year to do CW?
All I'm saying is we have a
2 meter CW ain't happening in Huntsville, Texas.
All I'm saying is that Huntsville is not where it's at. Come to California. We have a sofa that you could put on the air and then go do some peaks.
Yeah, there you go.
Sofa that I could put on the air. What, I got to bring my G90?
You got to be on the podcast.
I don't listen.
In 6ARA and I have a podcast. We could talk about how to do Morse code, and then we could go activate a peak. Let's do it.
You know Josh. Josh has my phone number. So does Adam. Get a hold of me. It's okay to give Mark my phone number. Let's talk. I do not want to come to California, but maybe for that I will.
Do you know that we have beer and radios? You'll be very comfortable here.
You'll be fine.
Listen, that's not what I'm all about. The radio part, yes.
But don't worry, we have wine too. If you want to.
I don't want to get into it. It's California.
Is it concealed carry?
There's Don.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah,
Don's back.
Yeah. No, listen. If I would love to take a trip to California to play some radio with you.
You can carry as many Baofeng minis concealed anywhere you want.
Not going to get political, but yes, let's make this happen.
Okay.
I am excited to do it.
All right. Okay, there you go. Well, thank you, Mark. Appreciate you joining us and all your recent help. We've been having fun playing around with testing equipment again. we're back in the shack testing radios.
It's always good fun. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, appreciate you. All right, Don is back. N5SKT. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going well. I don't think I've been on the stream for a few weeks, or maybe you haven't had the after chat, or I don't remember what.
I had a short one.
It seems.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just seems like I haven't been here in several weeks. I've been off, and pretty much my entire time off, I've been working on various projects out around the yard. So getting antennas restrung and playing with that launcher that Mark suggested I build, which is working great. I can get up over pretty much any tree I've got out here. The only problem we're having is the weight of the actual bullets. We need them to be heavier so they come down out of the trees. Even with that arborist line. It just is not slick enough, or those things are not heavy enough to pull them down or pull it all the way down. But anyway, I figured out a way to get it to work if I shoot it high enough over the tree that there's enough line when it falls then on the other side that it doesn't need to come down through the tree or slide through the tree. And it can just plain hit the ground, then it seems to work every time. So I've managed to get up the antennas that I was trying to get up.
Nice.
It seems like I've been off for 3 weeks and I still have like 6 weeks worth of work that I should be getting done out here. But I got to start back to work on Monday, so we'll see. It'll start trickling out. And I've been having a lot of fun with that SDR control software in the 7300 until I upgraded to Tahoe and it broke it. And all of the wonderful Mac people here don't seem to know what the hell's going on. And I've looked online. It is a known issue with the Tahoe upgrade, and has something to do with local network authorization. And Apple's changed that. And so certain apps do not reauthorize. They really shouldn't need to, but apparently that's what Apple's requiring. And so most of the apps that were authorized that I had for local network access are now don't have local network access. And so therefore I can't play FT8 Battle Royale. And by the way, if you guys have not tried that, you really should. That is just plain fun. And I think there's
I do. I have wanted to do that.
Hey, Don.
Yes.
Did you get a 7300 Mark II?
I have not yet, but that software has made me rethink about actually doing it. I will, but I'll be honest with you, Tim. I just bought a G2, and after spending close to $4,000 on that, I think I'm going to wait until this summer. But I do definitely want one because it'll work so much better with that SDR control software.
Yeah, I'll make sure to let them know to put some tape over the OVL flight.
Yeah. He's good where he's at now. He's never going to have that.
Yeah, again. I don't have that issue now. Now on 160, I've seen it trigger a couple of times, but it's not desensing the radio completely like it used to. And 160 is so much fun in the winter, and that's what I was doing with it. I was running 160, and not like at night, because winter, right? We have these long nights. Well, okay, 40 is great, but I'm tired of 40. 40 works even when the bands are dead, quote. And so it's not as much fun as like, oh, I want to get on 80 or I want to get on 160 and run DX on 80 and 160. And I'm having a blast on 160.
So the software will support, Don, because you're probably doing external LDG tuners that are tied into the radio to the 7300 Mark II.
Yes, but the LDG tuner will not tune my doublet. I need, I've got a manual tuner and I can tune it with that, but the LDG just simply refuses to even start it. And I'm sure that's, I've looked at it and it's about 8-1. So it's quite a ways out, but when I dial it in with that manual tuner, it gets out.
Yeah. Now I can't do anything other than auto tune with the LDG, but it will work through the control software.
Well, yeah. And I mean, my goal is to get that antenna tuned so that I can use the internal tuner to do it. But for now, I'm just using the manual tuner and I'm setting it to 160. And then I can come into the house here because my shack's like 900 feet the other way and operate it basically remotely using that SDR control software. Basically, I'm doing Chrome Remote Desktop on the Mac and sharing it back and then running FT8 on 160 and playing late into the night on 160. You can actually go so late at night that 160 dies. I mean, just Not the band is dead, but everybody's gone to sleep. So.
So, well, appreciate you, Don, hanging out. Anything you want to mention coming up soon? I think you already did. You got some stuff coming up, but I'm gonna wrap up here because the family's home and they're
I
bugging
understand.
me to hop off. So I gotta make with the speed out of here.
Yeah, as soon as you're gone, if Tim's still around, I'd like to ask him.
Yeah, you guys hang out. You guys are welcome to hang out. Everybody's welcome to hang out on the Discord. The link is in the video description. But I appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for being patient.
Oh yeah, no problem. Sorry you had a computer snafu there, but all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up here because we still gotta actually go record the podcast. That's part of the reason why I'm also wrapping up early because I gotta help my wife reconfigure her office. We tore everything apart for a Christmas party, so that was crazy. But all good now. So I'm gonna say thank you everybody on the Discord, and I'll talk to you next week. See you on the Discord. Bye. Are you guys there?
Yeah, 73, Josh.
73.
73.
All right. Off of the Discord. Guys, I'm going to wrap up here because I got to get ready for the next thing. We're trying to record the podcast tonight, and then I got a busy week coming up. Next weekend, I don't know what the live stream is going to be like, but I will be in Austin, Texas next weekend. So we'll figure out how we're going to operate from there. I'm assuming I will have no problem with internet access, so that shouldn't be a problem. What we'll talk about, though, I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I could be on a little bit later, though, so just bear with me because I will be live on site. So get ready for that. 73s all around, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take it easy.